Hold on to your butts. Or should I say your lips? It's Lewis Lips Sink Ships here on GBLAN Tecmo Online Super Bowl Tournament for 2019. It's week 4. I'm Trojan 1979, and here is my co-host, Riddler.
Yo, yo, yo.
Well, crack a cold one for me. That is beautiful. Hey, we did that in one take, I promise. All matchups are featuring the Steelers, Pittsburgh Steelers. So defense is the name of the game when you're playing as the Steelers, and we have one of the greatest of all time, Joey Gatz, taking on his roommate in Hank the Tank. Don't know how they drew each other in this week's Swiss matchup, but they did. Let's take a look at the teams. Hank the Tank has the Dallas Cowboys, and Pittsburgh Steelers is driven by Gatz. Why don't you break down the matchup of the teams for us?
This is one of my favorite Pittsburgh Steelers matchups. You got a little bit more running game with Emmitt Smith to kind of cancel out some of the Pittsburgh defense here. Yet Dallas has enough defense that they can keep the pedestrian Pittsburgh Steeler offense at bay here. So let's see how this plays out.
Glad you're here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. Smash that like button if you would. Here comes Emmitt Smith. And out just short of his 10-yard line goes Hank the Tank.
That won't come into play on Dallas, but usually you'll see either Jay Novacek with hitting power or AG for rush speed there at the kick returner.
Smith reversing field. Nice run so far. Lloyd on defense for Joey Gatz. That's a first down. Gatz actually 1-2 so far in this tournament. A very unusual place for him. A nice drone dive. Second down and 4.
Must be sandbagging.
You got a call play. Keith Willis with the drone sack, and it's third down and 11. It's a tough spot to be against the Steelers defense with any team. Smith buying time. The blocks are actually pretty decent, but the drones are there. And it looks like a punting situation. Fourth down and 8.
That is the ideal player to be able to take against that run. Against run 2 is Greg Lloyd at the linebacker 1. So I don't expect Hank to get a ton out of it unless he maneuvers like he did on the first run.
Well, there's a touchback there where the punt was not brought back. And it's a 1st and 10 for Gatz, who is going to feature Tim Worley at the tailback position and running back 1. Ken Norton kind of an odd choice there as Worley's up the middle. Breaks a tackle, and the dive is there, but not before a first down for Joey Gatz to open up the drive.
So one of the nice things with the Steelers is they have a lot of different running backs that you can switch to based on condition.
Tim Worley up for a gain of 4 on the run 1. 2nd and 6. Williams on the dive play and bouncing it down and looking at a 3rd and short here for Joey Gatz.
The run up the middle there, that linebacker 1 sometimes can popcorn the center, but Norton's pretty slow that he's putting himself at a risk there, I think.
Worley back to the run 1 and a first down. So Gatz slow but steady so far.
That's what you expect with Pittsburgh. You can't really get big chunk plays with them.
Williams underneath and near the marker, probably just short. Yep, the 2nd down and 1 coming. This time out of the shotgun formation, going with the Rick Strom. Williams underneath after the redirect. He's already in field goal range and out of bounds at the 31-yard line. First down for Gatz, moving the ball at will right now.
Hank took a run play there. You could tell as all 4 wide receivers were open.
And the bump. Here comes Tim Worley, taken down by drones. 2nd down and 8.
What I'd like to do with Dallas is I take Holt DB2, hit the right guard, and get some drone help there for Dallas.
Speaking of right guard, sometimes that's a problem at Tecmo Super Bowl tournaments. And all the way to the house goes Williams. Touchdown, Joey Gatz. And that didn't take long. 6-0.
Yeah, the bump there helped. I mean, Steelers running backs aren't real fast, but with nobody chasing him but drones, he was in good shape.
Hank with Smith again out of his end zone. Down of possession, currently a little bit better position with a 13 and a first down for him.
He's got to get out of bounds there. Dallas, you're not really much of a threat.
Run 3 is called early here. Rod Woodson, the GOAT, with a dive tackle. 2 seconds of Tecmo time remaining. 2nd down and 6. Pass one's the call. Quite a few guys open here underneath the Smith. You should have the 1st down and more out of bounds at the 31-yard line. And welcome to the 2nd quarter. 7-0 Gats over Hank.
Aikman's in good condition. Did notice that he was being smart and he put Novacek at wide receiver 1 because with his blocking, Woodson can't popcorn him on run 1. On run 1 against the receiver, Woodson would be able to popcorn him and have no drone help.
Big booty Aikman and good. That always helps. Smith with a nice run here to the 50. Out of bounds on the 46-yard line. 1st down. Hank now starting to move the ball well on his end.
Yeah, this is not typical Hank style. Hank usually likes to air it out, but against Pittsburgh, that's going to be tough to do.
And Woodruff with the deflection, incomplete. That one didn't look like it had much of a chance.
No, it was dangerous.
Novacek going down is going to try to go for it all. And another deflection. 3rd and 10.
I find it's easier to kind of get deflections when they throw across the field like that. The angle seems to be more forgiving.
Calvin Martin with the JJ on wide receiver 2. And a 1st down. Dwayne Woodruff on defense, called run 3 loss on the play, 2nd and 14. Good pursuit from Lloyd, and now the drones are starting to catch up. Makes up very little ground, 3rd and 12.
Nice job by Gats avoiding any potential drones running into him.
Aikman going all the way to Novacek in the back of the end zone. He's got him. That's a touchdown.
Oh, wow. Good job by both players there.
Big booty Aikman getting it done. 6-7.
Gats cut off the short one. Probably think he's going to throw out of the back of the end zone anyway. Hank just had to get rid of it, threw it to his best receiver. Tecmo smiles down upon Hank.
7-7 is your score. Ken Willis with a kickoff here. Dwight Stone just in front of his end zone from the 3. Steelers are a good return team. Not much doing there to the 20.
Gats is going with Strom instead of Brister because then there's only one guy that can JJ intercept him. If he plays Brister, Hendricks and Holt could both JJ intercept him. Continuing to take Ken Norton. I don't agree with this idea here by Hank.
Favoring position over speed. Little Tecmo luck there on the side with the drop pass. Chop block time. Interesting, Gats didn't tap a single time on that. I don't know who would normally have the taps, but Gats did not tap at all. So your sandbagging theory comes into play. Second down and 9.
Played it safe there instead of taking a shot downfield. Okay, now 3rd and long. This is where Pittsburgh can get themselves in trouble.
Pass 1 is the call. The running back underneath is open. Here comes Worley, drops it again. And a punt.
Worley has terrible hands.
That's the one challenge of using pass 1 because if you're going to put Worley there, obviously you're trying to get more speed by putting the likes of, say, Hodge on the outside. And we got a touchback there, so both special teams are missing the opportunity to keep the punt in the field of play.
And you could use Warren Williams, too. He's got 44 receptions as well as Hodge.
Looks like he's got him at the RB2 position right now. And a covered a covered receiver on the drop on the redirect. Novacek, luckily that's not intercepted.
I typically play Worley at running back 1 as well, though. Usually a guy wide open.
Ever since I saw Bob Sacramento do that, I never went back. Oh, thought we might have an Irvin JJ, the playmaker, just outside of his reach. Welcome to halftime. Boy, that went by really fast.
Yeah, it was. There's a lot of running going on, not many incomplete passes.
Well, panty shot for good luck for everyone, and cheerleader will blow you a kiss.
Woo!
So, Gats will return this to start the second half. 7-7 is your score. Thanks for being with us here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. I am Trojan 1979. I'm with the Riddler.
Hank's got to feel pretty good, in a 7-7 game with his roommate.
Someone wasn't good there. Eric Green, was it?
It might have been.
Out of the shotgun formation, here comes Rick Strom. Danny Hendricks on defense. Underneath to Williams. And a first down.
That's the ideal Tecmo situation there. Guy wide open short and long. You just have to pick your poison and try to guess properly.
And that pass is deflected. Gatz is doing fairly well with the running attack. I'm not quite sure why he's gone strictly to the air now back-to-back.
Well, Hank has called run several times. I guess he's trying to get Gatz in a long field position. I mean, I tend to not call as many runs against Pittsburgh because they're not going to break anything long. They're just not fast enough.
Nice hesitation with Strom there, making the difference between the short and long greater before advancing with Strom for a first down. Underneath to Williams again. He's been busy and out of bounds for another first down for Joey Gatz.
The one thing, though, by Hank not giving anything up the top, he's making him convert a lot of plays, a lot of chance for Tecmo to screw Gatz at some point. A fumble, a bad throw, something like that. So just making him use the whole field.
Pass 4 is the call. Strom went cross field. He's got Tim Worley catches it this time. And taken down at the 8-yard line. First and goal for Joey Gatz. 1:40 Tecmo time in the third quarter.
And at this point is where you can start gambling a little bit more because you can't throw over the top of you.
Broken tackle comes Tim Worley and all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Joey Gatz. When you're scoring touchdowns with the Steelers, that can be scary if you're the opposition.
Yeah. But it's still a one-score game. I know Gatz has been taking Woodruff down at the bottom a lot, trying to let Woodson roam around by himself.
He's been doing his Nas impression, trying to get those dives down there. First down and 10. And why dive yourself when the drone will do it? 2nd and 11.
Yeah, that's the great part about Pittsburgh.
He's got the JJ to J. Novacek. And the auto dive.
Tap him.
Why are you kidding? That's the end of the third already? 14-7. This is the fastest game. And we got an excellent Big Booty Aikman.
And playmakers in good condition.
Oh. Throw it up.
Tommy Agee.
Is it Agee or Aggie?
I thought it was Agee.
I could be right. Hey, if you know, in the comments, type it out but type it out phonetically. Nice maneuvering with Aikman here. Hardy Nickerson, the eventual Tampa Bay Buccaneer, with the sack, 2nd and 15.
Being in an excellent condition there, he's going to be able to maneuver back there a lot better.
Gets the dive, and it's less of an issue than excellent. He can actually make that throw without worrying about the jump pick.
Yeah, and Novacek 69 catch already,
Single back formation. This smells like run 3. Nope, pass 1.
Running back. There you go.
Oh, ran it out of the back of the end zone. I think if he threw it to where it was, it would have been deflected. 2nd and 10. Trying to go for the time, JJ. He's got the diving grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Hank, and it's about to be a tie game.
Kmart Open 24/7.
That's a blue light special if I ever saw one.
Wow, time JJ's against Pittsburgh's not what I would have been thinking about, but it's tie ball game. But it looks like Gats could have last possession if he does the same style that he's been doing in the game so far.
The Riddler spending a lot of extra time in the R&D department for sayings from the color commentator position. We appreciate that. All the way past the 25 goes Gats, and his turn to try to take the lead.
It could be a perfect Strom here.
Oh, man, you are on fire. That's why you cracked the beers.
That's right. Double fisting, by the way.
Oh. Eugene Lockhart with a bump. Doesn't matter, Worley. Here he comes, and a decent gain, 2nd and 4.
Didn't want to get caught with the empty-handed in the fourth quarter, you know.
Hey, well, Lockhart doesn't get the bump, gets blocked again. Now Worley can zig and zag to his heart's content down to the 44-yard line. A first down for Joey Gats.
If there would be one critique for Hank, he has ended up on the ground quite a bit, getting his guys in situations. He's got to be able to stay on his feet.
Going up to Eric Green and wow, that's a heartbreaker for Gats there. That was a big gain waiting for him. And he ran into the field. Wanted to hang out with the fans instead, I guess. This is run through to Tim Worley. Nice gain. Out past the marker, so he survives.
Super Manny opportunity. Ooh.
Call play and no luck there for Hank. Big break for Gats. Good coverage underneath the Williams. He drops it.
No.
That's at least the 3rd or 4th drop ball that we've seen, and that's what you get with the Steelers.
And that one was actually Williams and not Worley.
Run 3 is the call. And a fumble. And taken over by the Cowboys at the 45-yard line.
And they got a ton of conditions here. This is Hank's opportunity for bragging rights. Joey, you're doing the dishes. Oh, take a shot.
Almost that bait that Gats set there was done really well. The problem is that the passing speed has increased from Aikman, and he got there before he was ready for it.
Here we go. He's got him.
Oh, he has got Jay Novacek get out of bounds. He does at the 12-yard line, 38 seconds Tecmo time.
Run 3. Yep. The reason I said run 3, viewers, is you can get out of bounds and no matter what, not fumble it and just keep working the clock and kick field goal for the win.
Field goal no gimme here if Greg Lloyd goes off.
Oh, I think you're double tap range.
It's pretty close.
Here we go. Avoid the Lloyd.
Avoid, and it is good.
Yes.
17-14. The Steelers are the second best return team in Tecmo. So,
him returning this will be a bunch of malarkey.
Oh my God! He's not the best color commentator or nothing, folks. Well, there it is. Hank over his roommate Gats in what many would call an upset, but a well-played game by Hank the Tank takes him down 17-14.
I didn't think that was going to happen. Good job, Hank. Sorry, Joey. I'm sure you'll come back with some fury next week. I hope it's not me in the Swiss draw.
Well, I saw him the day before this broadcast for some local play where he took his frustrations out on me and everyone else that was there. So don't let anyone be fooled. Despite Gats' 1-3 record right now in the tournament, I feel like someone's going to get throttled hard when they see him in whatever competition it is. One elimination's on the line. So Hank over Gats, 17-14. This is Trojan with the Riddler. Stay tuned. We'll have another broadcast for you soon. Take care. And we're back. It's Trojan 1979 here with the Riddler. It's week 4. Lewis Lips Sink Ships. All matchups are going to feature the Pittsburgh Steelers. We got K. Molnar, your buddy from Ohio there, and Pistol Pete, one of the Chicago faithful. He gets to play with his Tampa Bay Buccaneers. K. Molnar will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why don't you lead us off the right way?
Well, we got to crack a beer here first. Kevin, you'll know that sound when you owe me for the next tournament.
Hey-o.
This is a fun matchup here. Kevin's had to play a lot of Pittsburgh matchups because I like to call him in them. So he gets to take them this time. So you should be somewhat familiar with them. Pistol Pete's more your neck of the woods. As far as this matchup goes, it's interesting because the Steelers will be able to get pressure up the middle against the Buccaneers. The defensive tackle DL2 has the numbers to be able to popcorn the center on most plays. And then on the opposite side, the Buccaneers have interceptions like crazy. It doesn't matter whether you play Strom or Brister. He's not only Haddix, but Hamilton and the other DB as well are going to be able to intercept Pittsburgh quite a bit. So this should be interesting.
Well, great breakdown here. And looks like K. Molnar is going to receive the opening kickoff. Steve Christie with the kickoff. And a really awkward silence here. Usually the kickoff by now. Here we go. So Merrill Hodge in his return game. Here he goes out to the 5. The 10 on 11 out of bounds. First down and 10.
Surprised he didn't push. The issue is just a little bit with Pittsburgh's kickoff's ability. You can get a little bit more yards. A lot of weak defenders also on the Buccaneers.
And on the day that we are broadcasting this, we are the day after learning of the passing of Buccaneers player, fullback, and typically the kick returner, Reggie Cobb. So rest in peace, Reggie Cobb. Raise one if you got one for the Tecmo Fallen. Second down and 8 for K. Molnar.
True definition of ground and pound, Reggie Cobb.
Actually played a year with the Packers and Brett Favre. Third down and 1. Tim Morley up the middle and a first down for K. Molnar. So moving the ball slowly but steadily here in the first quarter.
So looking at his playbook, he does use 2 running back set to try to get as many plays against Haddix as possible without making it a playbook that's foreign to him.
Call play and a sack, and you definitely don't want to force it into coverage if you are the Steelers, especially against the secondary. Second down and 20.
And played calls against Steelers are killer because they don't have big play opportunities. And for you to throw it on a called play is risking a turnover. Oh, big popcorn there, though.
Here comes Williams. Nice play. Gets the first down and more. And just slow and steady, wins the race.
Yeah, sometimes when you see that one set back there, the off-tackle play, he could take DB4 there and not risk getting the popcorn, especially if it's long distance. If it's short distance, you might take Haddix to try to push the issue here.
And that time with the called play, Haddix was selected intentionally, knowing the play was probably coming in his direction. Here comes Strom. And gets a part of that yardage back, but he's back to 3rd and 11. So long ways to go here.
You'd like to see about 6 yards at most for the Steelers here. He's running right at Haddix again.
He's got the blockers. He's got an opportunity. He is short of the marker here.
There's those 6 yards I was talking about.
4th down and 2.
He's going to go up the middle. Nope. This is going to be pass 4.
Here comes Strom. Gets past the marker and should be here. It is, and that's a first down. So K. Molnar using quite a bit. He's already about 3 minutes in the first quarter.
That's what you got to do. You got to control the clock. Kevin's being smart here, just using the receiver, the decoy there to pick up the first down, not risk a bad throw.
At this pace, he'll score a field goal at the beginning of the second half.
Hey, that's the way you want to play with Pittsburgh.
Eric Green with the reception and a first down. Now definitely in field goal range here for Anderson. Here comes pass 1. Strom has some options underneath. He gets the redirect a little risky. There is the namesake Lewis Lips and a first down.
Yeah, of all the options, that was probably the most risky throw there.
Then we got a called run 1.
Looks like Pistol Pete's sitting on that play quite a bit.
So a loss of 6. Still in good shape here. Williams right up the middle. Runs towards Haddix. And a 3rd and 8.
Another 3rd and 8 here.
Back to it. Didn't give his blockers much of a chance, but it works out anyway. Out past the marker. First down and more. 10, 5. And that's a house call. Touchdown, K. Molnar.
That's what I had called the last time, knowing Kevin as much as I do. I knew it was going to be sometime when he's going to go to that play, and it worked out well there. A lot of times you can get a popcorn against the DB1 on that play.
It can be difficult to stop any dive play with the outermost defensive backs. 7-0 K. Molnar over Pistol Pete.
Kevin's got to be pleased with that first drive. Pistol Pete can't be that upset. I mean, he gave a touchdown, but he did force him into some long distance things, so he has hope for the future of being able to stop him.
The previously mentioned Cobb with some popcorn as we enter the second quarter. 7-0 K. Molnar over Pistol Pete. Literally taking up the entire first quarter with the kickoff and the score. So Pistol Pete now will have to be smart with his opportunities in moving the ball. Looks like he has 2 play actions in his playbook.
Very unorthodox playbook, and he has Cobb at running back. Typically, you'll see Cobb at tight end.
And we're seeing here already the play action working against Pistol Pete. It looks like K. Molnar with the taps. Pistol Pete, with all that weightlifting he does, you think he'd tap faster.
This playbook is set up to try to run away from Woodson, it looks like, but that's going to play right into Greg Lloyd's hands, who's also a pretty good player.
Got the completion down to Ron Hull and the auto dive. Huge gain, 50. And out of bounds at the 46-yard line of Pittsburgh. First down, Pistol Pete.
It's a nice throw.
Call play. Going up to Carrier, risking it against Woodson, which is risky. Second down and 10.
Does help that Testaverde has 56 PC.
Someone just throw a beer can?
Well, it's a kid in a few other rooms doing something
Why
crazy.
are your kids throwing beer cans?
Well, it's not beer can. I don't know what they're doing in there. I told them I was broadcasting. Obviously, kids don't care.
Hey, we had that dog situation with Angry Jay. You'll hear it later. 4th down and 8.
K. Muller's called a lot of plays here in this drive. It's put Pistol Pete in a bad situation.
I think you got to go for it. I'm sorry, you got to kick the field goal here. You got to take the points anytime you can get them against the Steelers. And it's the first half.
He might not be very confident with his field goal kicking. I mean, you got to be real close from this distance. So
it's a little high. It's blocked.
He got blocked. Avoid the Lloyd. Got it.
And the Lloyd has the recovery as well. Here he goes. 35, 30, say 32-yard line is taken down as K. Molnar takes over with the lead and already in scoring position now for his kicker. Richard Bell in good. Let's see if he makes the lineup. Lewis Lips isn't bad, and the chat doesn't like that.
Dwight Stonehands. And on that block field goal there, he could try to go score in the middle because he can't fumble. Try to get as many yards as possible here. So if you're Pistol Pete, though, you're just going to try to hold him to a field goal opportunity. If you're down 14-2 scores, it's going to be really bad. If you can get a field goal or less, you still got a shot, I think.
Haddix on defense for Pistol Pete. Here comes Strom. And just keeping it on the ground. And a nice gain of 5 yards to start this. Wants to use as much time as he can here with the yardage it's here. Got a cold run 4. He scored in the last time he used that play. 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, he's called a lot of run plays, which a lot of people do with Haddix. If I'm Kevin, I'd be happy with that. Just keep taking the 5 yards running with the quarterback.
From the bottom, hash mark, single back formation. This is pass 2. Strom is open. He doesn't go to hit him. He tries to take the conservative route, and I was looking at a 4th and 2. And I got to say, I think I would have made that throw there.
I know I would have. Sometimes I throw it too many times, but he had a bad angle, so you weren't worrying about a jump pick or anything. But he's gonna roll the dice and go for it here.
Pro set T formation. Pistol Pete,
not a lot of options here.
Right. You basically got Haddix and you got a couple guys in the safety, but they're not going to get there in time if he runs it up the middle. Haddix the only guy, and he's got him behind the line, well defended by Pistol Pete.
Wow. When you see him charge in there, you got to bounce it down That might come back to burn him here. Great stop there by Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete with a dive play of his own, and gets past the marker for a first down, and that's a huge momentum swing there. A 2-score advantage is now looking like Pistol Pete might be able to narrow the deficit here. Testaverde going back and B here. He's got to let it go. I
think it's too long.
That is accurate. The passing speed of Testaverde is such that you can't just sit back there and wait, especially with Carrier running down the field. He's not the slowest cat on the planet.
And I think I would have still made it an option to be close enough to check down there because you could still be playing for a field goal. Now you're pretty much putting yourself in deep passes only.
Needs about 12 yards to have a shot, and now he's going back the wrong direction. Ryan Hinkle has to call play here quickly. And things you don't want to end up in a situation where if you miss the field goal that Gary Anderson can try it from the same spot on the field.
Exactly. I would have thought he'd need about 25 yards when you said 12, but I mean, we'll have to see where he was at again. Doesn't matter at this point.
So pass force coming. Woodson on defense. And looks like this is going to be a back and B moment.
Got to avoid the drone. Okay,
you talked
go.
about the collapsing offensive line before. He's going to Ron Hall. All the way down. And he's got the JJ in the end zone. Touchdown, Pistol Pete.
Who says white man can't jump?
Ron Hall getting it done. You can only hope to contain him. Vinny Testaverde to Ron Hall for 6 at the end of the first half. And we're looking at a tie ball game here.
That was perfectly timed there by Pistol Pete. And so after all that ball control domination by Kay Molnar, we're tied here at 7.
Someone is salty and skipped halftime. Hashtag real men don't skip halftime. Well, here comes Cobb, rest his soul. See if he can do some work for Pistol Pete just in front of his end zone. Dodges a drone and taken down about the 8-yard line, 1st and 10. Haven't seen much in the way of condition check so far.
No, we haven't. Pittsburgh controlled the whole first quarter, so obviously he wasn't going to look at him. And then the second quarter there, he could have looked, but I think he was just so fired up about having the ball there.
Absolute collapse there. Against this defensive front, with this offense, these dive plays are really not the way to go. You really have to run to the edges.
I totally agree. Do you ever put Anderson at receiver? Sometimes I like to play Harvey at running back.
Yeah, conditions play a part in that. It depends on situation. And we got a cover catch there to Anderson. So first down for Pistol Pete.
I think in this matchup I would have played Anderson at running back. But against some matchups where I can throw it deep, I like to have even a slower running back, just try to pick up a few yards to keep him honest, but have that deep shot a lot more available, especially with how good Vinny is, that you can use them as decoys. But in this matchup, you don't want to throw deep against their corners anyway. So
if you're playing against a lesser defense, like say the Rams, for instance, with this, which this team matches up with, maybe even Detroit, I think that's a conversation that you can have. The problem is that you're going to get the likes of Jerry Ball destroying the offensive line there too. So I think you got to know who you're playing against, and is your offensive line going to hold up against the defensive line of the opponent? If you do, then you get away with a slower running back and just kind of ground and pound it in small chunks. But Gary Anderson, especially in this matchup, definitely should be the primary runner. So back to the Tecmo, 3rd down and 3 offset I formation. Pistol Pete in a tie game with Kay Molnar. He's got the auto dive, but Cobb drops it. 4th down and 13.
Punch in the gut right there. But, and Cobb's actually got pretty good hands. He's 44 when he's an average.
Sometimes you just get tech mode. Royals punt to Hodge the necktie, but from his 5. Have you ever seen a wider necktie in broadcast sports?
No.
1st down and 10. Got some good conditions here for Kay Molnar.
Oof. Man, I play Hodge. Put Hodge at running back now if he's in good condition. because you're still not a threat to beat them deep. So instead you'd rather have some more ground options, I think.
Going to Tim Worley with the run one. Nice drone support there from the Buccaneers. Pistol Pete keeps it at 2nd and 10. Back to it. Blocker is there, and the drone is there. So that play is not working for K. Molnar.
I'd like to see K. Molnar really push it right at him because he's not attacking the DB, and see if you can get a popcorn off of him, off the drone.
So a call play, and now a 4th down and 11, and a punt's probably coming.
It should be coming. What are you thinking about here, dude? It's 4th and 11 with Pittsburgh.
There's a phrase that accompanies every score that I get, every NSV file that I get from K. Molnar. It's blank this game.
I know. I've seen those before. I'm going to go take the dog out for a walk so I can yell at the dog and people don't think I'm crazy.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Well, Pistol Pete with an opportunity now from his 24-yard line. And there's Anderson, and the drones are there. So both defenses are playing very well. And most of the time when you see matchups with the Steelers, they tend to be closer.
He's figured out how to stop this play using the DB2, and he's been really effective with it. I mean, it's so you don't even have to call that play. And it's coming because there's nothing to match up with it.
Pistol Pete contemplating his options, 3rd down and 7.
How bad do I want to call play action? That's what he's asking himself. There it is.
Well, it's got
He wants to get back.
He cannot. Oh. And Pistol Pete out of bounds as we enter the 4th quarter. 7-7. Tie game. Pistol Pete driving, threatening to score here in the 4th quarter.
Now, but that play action play, you might have even called a pass, and sometimes you get weird coverages out of that formation.
And another play action. This was the first play he called in the game. Greg Lloyd with his 2nd sack off of that play. And this one's called. And this is forced. This might cost him. Overthrow. It should have been intercepted. Was on 3rd down and 19.
Dangerous here. What do you play for? Do you play for the field goal here, or do you take a little risk?
I think a lead against this offense is a good thing. And any points here, you if it's there, you take the shot, but you do not force the issue.
No, I don't throw it unless he's wide open. Oh, got robbed again. Little Tecmo. I like to set up for the bottom of the hash marks too for field goals. I don't know why, I just do.
So Lloyd's going to be coming in here. There it is. This should be good. It is good. So 10-7, Pistol Pete over K. Molnar.
Do you have a preference on which side you're on the hash? I feel like I can read the bar better bouncing off the bottom hash than I do off the top.
I actually prefer to be somewhere in the middle.
Well, I mean, that's the ideal, but if you're running out of bounds, you got to pick a side.
Never gave it much thought, honestly.
You scored too many touchdowns to not have to worry about it.
Well, K. Molnar in the driver's seat despite all this outplaying and still giving up more points. He goes up to Eric Green. Almost has the
accidental arrow trick there, I think.
Yeah, arrow tricks of actuality usually take skill. And from one Tecmo player to another, I know I don't have it. Up to the 25 and a first down. K. Molnar making the play work for him. Back to that unbalanced formation. Pass 4 is the call. Bobby Brister's in the game. Crossfield to Bell, who has the reception. And nice jukes and another first down to the 41. Excuse me.
This is going to be interesting.
38-yard line.
Here.
And now he's creeping on field goal range here, so this is a positive thing. He doesn't want to take a called play or a loss.
I kind of like Brister against Tampa Bay because I'm not going to force it anyway, but maybe I can throw it quick enough to get away from Haddix, like right there.
Risky, but completes to Green, and now down to the 33-yard line. First down for K. Molnar.
Can't get conservative here. Worrying about running the clock. Just try to score.
Really eating in that play, but only getting 2 yards on that play this time around. But spending a lot of time on the run forward today is K. Molnar. Called pass 4. Goes down, gets the completion to Tim Worley and past the marker. Excuse me, I thought he was past the marker. He's just short, 3rd down and 1.
That had me worried. Even a sack there would have been bad. Oh.
Maybe a little
Pittsburgh has
lag there. I don't know.
Pittsburgh has 81 ball control with its running backs. But you never know. Kevin might have to kick his dog again.
Huge wall of Steelers in the way there and just marching down as time is ticking away. K. Molnar letting it tick down a few before picking the next play. Here comes Brister. Keeping it on the ground. And now if he scores, I think if he were to score on this play, a touchdown, that's going to leave Pistol Pete with no time to other than the actual return.
This is a scary moment for both players here.
Brister. Cross. And he had him, and Pell drops it. Are you kidding me? 3rd down and 5. One more chance here for K. Molnar.
Ouch.
Blank this game, I'm sure, is being uttered right now in chat.
Well, Richard Bell normally has 25 hands, I believe. I believe he's in good, right? So he'd be a 31. Brister with his 25. So yeah, it's going to happen sometimes.
Run 1 is the call. This hasn't worked all day. Gets the dive. Are you kidding me? And the timeout. What is going to happen here?
Oh my gosh.
Pistol Pete with the stop of his life. And now it's all or nothing here. K. Molnar wants it all. Pass 4. He's got a crossfield. He's got him in the end zone. Touchdown, K. Molnar with the ball game to Richard Bell, who redeems himself.
I thought he was going to get drone blocked or something. Oh, man.
Haddix was not deep enough. That would have been a jump pick if he was. I understand he had that threat of running in the end zone. That's a tough pickle to be in. 14-10 K. Molnar over Pistol Pete in a fun one to see at the end there.
Yeah, that was exciting. I mean, when you kind of foreshadowed it, I was waiting for something foolish to happen. But Gary Anderson, 7 carries, 17 yards. That shows you the running game wasn't getting much there. Did have 192 yards passing for Testaverde. It just kind of came down to that last drive there. That was a fun game to watch.
It sure was. Well, hey, thanks for watching. Stay with us. We're going to have another game after this. Take care. And we're back. It's Trojan 1979 here on the Retro Sports Gamer YouTube channel. We got a game between Madtown Spliff Stars and Bob Sacamano. Week 4, Lewis Lips Sink Ships. I kicked the Riddler out of the booth so I can welcome back, who hasn't been here for at least a couple weeks, Tom Stanky, the Retro Sports Gamer, the actual founder of this channel and this community. Want to welcome back. He was the color commentator, and he has a new microphone. Let us hear it.
How's it going, Troy?
I'm
looking forward to...
It's going great, man. You sound fantastic.
Yeah, I finally got the mic upgrade. I've just been winging it with whatever I could get my hands on, but finally got a mic that's worth a little bit of something.
Well, hey, Amazon's an amazing thing. And I guess, people hear you enough. Let's make sure they can hear you well. And so back to this, we've got another Cowboys and the Steelers matchup. This was If you're just tuning in, you missed a game between Gats and Hank the Tank. Definitely check it on the replay. But let's get over to the main game frames here, and we'll get right into it. Once you break down what to look out for in this particular matchup.
Well, Lewis Lips sink ships. That's a funny saying for this week, because usually it's the Steelers defense sinking ships, not Lewis Lips.
Agreed. All the matchups this week are going to feature the Pittsburgh Steelers. You can find they match up with probably more teams than anyone else in this game, based on the defense.
Well, they're probably, like, in my estimation, they have the best defense in the game. If you say the Bears or the Giants, I won't argue with you, but they're super fast. They make a lot of things happen. Right there, almost a safety. Rod Woodson getting down the field quick on the special teams.
Well, we see a mix of single back. You got the shotgun plays on pass 3 and 4. And Smith early getting it done, 2nd down and 2. He is the X factor along with Novacek for the Cowboys.
And temporarily the lights went out, it looked like. And here you got Aikman scrambling. So let's talk a little bit about the players here. Madtown looked like he had a big win against Viking Mo. I would have liked to see that game last week, 17-16. And then you got Bob Sacamano, Odell. This is his first game on the stream, if I'm not mistaken. But I think he worked the shield last week.
He certainly did. There was definitely intention of getting their game on the stream, and the file desynced for both players, unfortunately. So unable to get that. So we went with 5 games last week. Back to this one. What's it on defense? It's a called play, but he gets the blocking help anyway, and Smith runs for a first down. So break here for Madtown Split Stars.
Yeah, I like Dallas in this matchup just because of Emmitt Smith. I like what he's doing here. He's doing a lot of running, but there's no guarantee that he's going to have a good day against this Steelers defense, so it's going to be a grind.
Madtown with the tap 17 there. A lot of called plays here, and now we've got interception. Greg Lloyd on a called play. He's couldn't take it to the house, but 1st and 10 for Bob Sacamano, now already in scoring position.
And it's tough to grind up the field on the Steelers. He looked like he started the drive good with Smith and then threw a pick. Nice throw here to Williams, getting the Steelers off to a good start, 1st down. You don't want to give the Steelers a short field. That's the worst thing to do.
Pass 4.
Started.
A lot of guys open underneath, but it is deflected. A little break for Madtown. 2nd and 10.
It's always interesting to see what quarterback the Steelers player will go with. Odell is going here with Bubby Brister with the passing speed. Some people go with Rick Strum. How it plays out, but I like Bubby Brister better as well.
Weak side open, and the blockers did absolutely nothing there for Odell. Field goal time. Take the safe 3, and a lead with the Steelers is always safe.
Yeah, 3s. You usually don't feel too good about them as this goes through. Field goal good for the Steelers. One of those teams where you could feel good about just having any lead, 3 points, 2 points, however you could put it on the board. Just play defense, and you'll have a shot at winning the game.
Well, not much of a return there out to about the 14. Aikman pitches it to Smith. Run 3. Has blockers. And is finally taken down by the Drones and Company, 2nd and 4.
Madtown is implementing some of the motion runs in there. It's good to see. Emmitt Smith, the featured back. Really doesn't make much sense to give another back some carries. They're much slower. You don't want to run with Aikman on any sneaks. So it's the Emmitt Smith show. When he's run with Smith so far in this game, success. But when he's gone to the air, we have that 1 pick. So we'll see what he does this drive.
1st and 10 here for Madtown. Decent field position now. He can really open up the entire playbook. A lot of run 3 so far. And finally, here he goes. That gets the dive and more. So 40, let's see, he's just approaching the 46-yard line there. 4:31 Tecmo time. getting close to Ken Willis field goal range.
There's other teams in this tier that dive could cost you a touchdown. Steelers, it's only an extra 10 yards. Oh, big out tap right there by Madtown.
Saw him tap 17 earlier. He has really stepped that part of his game up, and that will get you over the hump for probably about 90% of Tecmo players.
And he's just sticking to the run, and it's working for him. Picks up a few yards there. Engaged Odell a little bit sooner to, a lesser gain, but it's first down anyways here for Aikman, so no big deal.
Yeah, it was weird. I thought Odell was going to engage Aikman there before the marker and just sort of ran past him. I think maybe he got drawn up with the potential of the underneath throw.
Laufenberg's actually in the game right now. I just noticed that.
My apologies on that. It must be in good condition. 2nd down and 4.
With the shotgun, this is where he threw the pick last time on this play.
Babe getting it done. Out past the 10 in 1st and goal. First from the goal from the 8.
He's just using it as a decoy. He knows his quarterback's got a little bit faster speed. And everyone's open, but...
Got him in the back of the end zone. That's a touchdown for Madtown Spliff Stars. Michael Irvin from Babe Laufenberg. It's 6-3.
And that's one of those that's close to the back of the end zone. You don't know if you're going to be able to catch it or not, but there he does. Great executed drive coming back from the interception thrown on the first drive.
Merrill Hodge will take this out of his end zone. It's a directional kick to the bottom of the field. Here he comes. Resetting the drones. Looking for some blocking resets. Hodge already about past the 20. And
Good
finally
moves here.
down at the 22. Yeah, he had a lot of control there. A lot of good jukes. 1st and 10.
Steelers is always a fun team to watch return because them and the Saints have the fastest kick returners.
Lewis Lip sinks ships. Here he goes past the marker. He has no room on him for any other players besides himself. 1st down and 10.
Ready to sink them right now. Big reception as a called play happens.
Noonan. 2nd down and 20. Nice sack there. Had a call play. And moving the wrong direction goes Bob Sacamano.
Really just can't throw that up with Brister. So he did what he had to do.
Crossfield stationary throw to Williams. He's got the auto dive. That's what he needed. Couldn't get quite what he wanted there, but made it manageable. 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8, he's going to have to make this to think about scoring points. If he doesn't get this.
Worley on the sweep. Is he inside of range here?
No, he's a little bit out. On his own, 45? I am surprised he's going for it. See what happens.
Run 4 up the middle. He's got it with Williams. Warren Williams. Tests a 30 and more. And a huge gain for the Steelers on 4th down when he had to have it.
That was a ballsy offensive call. Up the middle with 4 yards with the Steelers, but he made it happen, so kudos to him.
4 seconds remaining here. Just a quick completion underneath to get a little bit closer, and now a field goal attempt coming. It's rushed but not blocked. And it doinks in. It's good. 7-6 on the foot of Gary Anderson.
Points are huge there. I don't know. Like I said, that one, I'm surprised he risked it, but it definitely paid off.
All right, well, welcome to halftime. 7-6 in a game that
skipped halftime.
Well, Madtown messaged me, and he said he was just super excited being close in this game, and it was an accident. He did not mean to skip it. There was no – I mean, he's in the lead here. He's not doing out of frustration. So, but welcome to the 3rd quarter. I'm Trojan. I'm with Retro Sports Gamer Tom. You're on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. This is the GBLAN online Tecmo Super Bowl tournament here in 2019. Lewis Lips sink ships week 4, all Steelers matchups. So back to it. What did you see in the first half there?
Well, I saw, an early mistake and then a rebound, a touchdown versus Steelers defense where you have to grind it up the field. That's big time, especially versus a great player like Odell. Other thing is when you're playing a good player, a great player like him, you definitely want them to use a team like the Steelers just because their offense is probably the worst in the game. So you always feel like you have a chance, especially if you stay in it in the first half.
Good breakdown here. Back to the action. We got a cold pass 4. And out of the field of play, probably the best thing to have happen to Bob Sacamano on that throw, 2nd and 10.
And that's probably what he's trying to do, just throw the ball away. Merrill Hodge picks up 4 yards.
The weak side open not doing a ton for him, but again, these runs is kind of chip away. And now Hodge with a nice gain to the bottom and a first down for Bob Sacamano.
The Cowboys secondary is one of those. I like them against the run. All the guys have 50 hit power, and they got good speed. So they're set up to play the Steelers' run game.
Nice defense here that time by Madtown. The last 2 plays here, a loss and then a minimal gain on the dive play. 3rd down and 8, an opportunity for Madtown to force a punt. It is run 3. And another first down here for Hodge and more. And out to the 45, getting close to field goal range for Anderson.
And he's making him work for it. He's forcing long 3rd downs, 4th downs. But he's just finding the crevice. Again, Merrill Hodge picks up 5.
2nd and 6 from the top hash mark single back formation. Isaac Holt on defense.
And Holt's one of the 56 max speed guys, so you're going to use him from time to time versus Hendricks. You could also use the safeties. They're both pretty good, too. They're both 50 max speed.
I think the entire secondary is usable. Obviously, Hendricks is your fast guy, but he doesn't have the INTs to go with it as a 44, if I remember. 1st and 10 for Bob Sacamano.
Yeah, good pass progressions there. He had him on ice skates a little bit. He didn't know where he was going, and he had a wide open Lewis Lips.
Malarkey must be a mistap. I don't think he meant to go there. He's like the one guy that wasn't open. 1st down and 10. And Madtown now with an opportunity. He's got multiple goods. Tommy Aggie's in bad. I imagine he's going to get subbed out. There goes Rob Awell. He'll be in the game.
Yeah, certainly a mistake. I don't think he was trying to go there. He saw he was covered. Malarkey doesn't have high receptions, and it costs him.
Alonzo Highsmith is the one guy you could justify maybe giving a run play if you wanted to go with an offset playbook, by the way, going back to that conversation about how many run plays with Smith. But this playbook is working pretty well for him.
Yeah, he does have a 38 max speed, so he could do that. He's also a decent receiver. He's better off just in that role, but you could give him a run play if you wanted to.
Run 3. Does Hinkle look like he's moving really fast right now?
Take a look. I haven't been.
He manned Hinkle on that play, and he was moving around like Rod Woodson.
I thought that was Rod Woodson.
No, that was Hinkle. Not to be confused with Ray Finkel. Laces out, baby. 2nd down and 4.
Well, the Steelers' defense, no one's slower than 44 max speed, so you get a guy in good or excellent condition, and all of a sudden they're a fast defender.
And I always like it when the players, someone's an excellent, they just kind of let it sit there for a little bit so the chat can react. And 3rd down and 5, so called run 3. On 2 called running plays, Emmitt Smith still able to get positive yardage here in this game.
Whenever a play's called and you can get positive yardage, everyone's open here, and he's just sticking conservative.
Now at 25 maximum speed is Babe Laufenberg, so he's moving around well.
He's a scrambling quarterback right now.
Crossfield and Novacek. He's got him.
Ooh,
and that is a house
throw.
goal from Babe Laufenberg. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, those are funny. You never know if you're going to get that angled throw, but when you see it come out like that across the field, pretty good chance it's going to be a completion, especially with Babe Laufenberg and excellent.
Well,
Jay Novacek.
14-6 your score here. Madtown over Bob Sacamano has the uphill battle. Now it needs 2 scores as player 2. That is a challenge, especially with this offense. I think at least his history and experience would go Bob Sacamano / Odell would be the favorite in this matchup, but Madtown has stepped up his game in a big way.
He stepped it up, and he's playing well. And that mistake, he made him pay for it. So here's going to need a quick field goal. That's what I would be going for if I was the Steelers, and then let the defense try to do the rest.
There's a drone help. Lots of broken tackles, and here comes
throwing
Merrill Hodge.
Everybody. That was huge. Going to get bottled up for only a couple yards, and then he throws like 4 defenders off of him.
Sometimes you need plays like that. And a redirect throw, and that might be your dagger.
Yeah, and he got him earlier on that, going through the pass progressions and dropping it down the lips. That time he probably would have had him again, but Bubby Brister threw it off.
Risky throw to Novacek, but he does thread the needle and gets the first down. Bob Sacamano now going all out, just trying to get to the quarterback.
Well, it looks like a risky throw with Laufenberg and excellent and Jay Novacek, the best receiver on the team. You're going to get some of those covered catches.
Smith taken down inside the field of play, 1:33 remaining.
Needs to hold on to the ball and waste clock, and he's got this game.
No risk of a JJ pick here. Just deflected. And if he could just maybe get 5 yards, he has a pretty safe field goal attempt. Or he can just run this back for a while.
That's what I would do. Just
guys, the
see
completion.
something open.
This is basically I would have gone out of bounds there, but first down for Madtown, and this is essentially GG here. Not really anything Bob Sacamano can do. Not enough time to get the ball back.
Yeah, and the few throws that he had that were off Bubby Brister, sometimes that happens.
And this is just the same version of taking a knee. So 14-6 your score. Madtown Spliff Stars over Bob Sacamano in a game that was played well by both ends, but Bob Sacamano suffering 2 ill-fated interceptions in scoring position that changed the face of this game.
Yeah, I thought Madtown Split Stars was going to be in trouble after that early mistake, but he held them to a field goal and then scored a touchdown, and he just held strong the rest of the game. That one probably mistap by Odell and interception, that's the one that really hurt him because he looked like he was driving to take the lead back.
Well, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for the breakdown. We're going to be back with another game after this. This is Trojan with RSG Tom. Stay with us. And we're back. It's Trojan 1979 with the Retro Sports Gamer here on the GBLAN Tecmo Super Bowl Tournament. Lewis Lips Sink Ships Week 4 here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. Purple A, Sammy Smith 33 doing battle. And let's take a look at the matchup here. We've got Cowboys and Steelers. What you break it down for us?
Cowboys Steelers is the classic matchup call that you see in tournaments. Steelers have arguably the best defense in the game. Dallas Cowboys are led by Emmitt Smith, Jay Novacek as a receiver on offense. A few other weapons, but their defense does well against the Steelers. I say slight advantage Cowboys, but we'll see how this one plays out.
Irvin out of his end zone to the 5 and taken down to the 7, 1st and 10 for Purple Haze.
Purple Haze, I did play at Super Bowl 4. We played a good game. Eagles versus Dolphins. Looking forward to see how he performs in this one as he gets sacked by David Little.
Moving backward the wrong direction for sure from his own 4. Single back formation, top hash mark. Pass 2 is the call. Aikman going across, looking for Calvin Martin. He's gotten to the 20-21 out of bounds in a first down.
Good recovery after a first play that was poor. Some room. Now let's get this drive going, Troy Aikman.
Smith to the 25, 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
He's going with one Highsmith play up the middle. It's pretty standard. Ran that offense quite a bit with the Cowboys. Emmitt Smith, of course, the featured back, and he has his first 3 run plays. You're going to see a lot of him running the ball in this one.
Pass 1 is your call. Here comes Aikman going across the field. And he's got a diving Novacek. That was risky, but it worked, and it's a first down for Purple Haze.
Anytime you could throw a deep ball against the Steelers like that in a little bit of coverage, you got to be feeling pretty good about your drive.
Highsmith
in the middle.
The reverse there, almost getting to the sideline there. But a nice move and another first down. So Purple Haze recovering after being back at one point in his own 4-yard line.
Ankle busts through, gets through the line, but you can't quite get to Emmitt Smith.
First and goal from the 2, and offset eye. Hinkle going for the dive. He misses. Can you make it? Highsmith not quite there, but inside the 1. 2nd and goal.
Steelers defenders all going to the ball. There's like 5 guys there to make that tackle.
Got a call play. Smith nowhere to go. Loses a yard. 3rd and goal from the 2.
Emmy Smith playing some good red zone defense so far.
Pass 1 is the call. Crossfield to Highsmith. He's got him in the end zone and touchdown, Purple Haze.
Yeah, and he was in a tough spot there because he had 3 options. He could have ran with the quarterback. He had the running back wide open. And then ultimately the receiver, he threw to the touchdown.
A really underutilized play on the goal line is pass 1, run and shoot. And he used it to perfection there. Did Purple Haze 7-0 here in the first. And kicking off to Sammy Smith.
Hey, you make a good point. I don't call that too much in the red zone, barely ever. But he just made a good case with it right there.
Well, you do get 3 guys that are stationary, so it does open up the field for you. Running back 1, running back 2, and the tight end. 1st and 10 here for Sammy Smith from the top hash mark, single back formation. Pass 1 is the call, and a redirect, and it's covered, but incomplete, no interception, 2nd and 10.
Sammy Smith, of course, the phenom from Minnesota. He can beat anybody at any time when he has his good games. And on with Hodge, I'm looking forward to see just exactly how he executes the Steelers offense.
He's a big fan of the run 3. He basically likes to play that if you don't call run 3, I'm going to, and I'm going to get yards with it.
Yeah, it's the most powerful run play in the game.
So moving the wrong direction here. Third down and 12 here on a call play. Now
I'm not sure about
Go ahead.
that split back sweeps in the playbook here.
And there's a jump pick there from Isaac Holt down to the 50 and taking over here. 7-0 here as we enter the second quarter. Purple Haze after the interception.
Yeah, great defense right there. Saw that one coming. Even with the fast pass speed.
Would you put some value in having Strom there with that jump pick been prevented if Strom was in the game?
I don't. It's tough to say.
I don't remember the Tecmo math. I know he's a notch of pass control higher than Brister.
Just barely. Still been the same result.
Crossfield to Irvin in the tight end position, completed out of bounds at the 33-yard line. First down, Purple Haze, who is rolling in this one.
I like how he's executing his passing game in this matchup because the Steelers sometimes can be tough to pass against, but he's calling run and everybody's open. Here he's just scrambling for almost a first down.
Big Booty Aikman with the QB keeper. And we got a called dive play and out past the marker anyway. First down for Emmitt Smith.
Just gets enough to get the first down. Emmy Smith really got to hold him to a field goal here. Anytime the Steelers get down.
Are you calling him Emmy Smith? Like, did he win an award or something?
No, Sammy Smith.
Oh, I think it's something about like it's cutting off. I just hear Emmy. I'm like, what is going on? Because David Little with the sack there, I was being thrown off there. I'm like, I don't remember everyone calling Emmitt Smith Emmy, and you're saying Sammy. Anyway, back to the game at hand.
Well, we'll see how it turns out at the end of the broadcast. Maybe the beginning of my words are being cut off. I don't know.
Well, yeah, we got new technology at play. We'll get it figured out, guys. You know, I understand we're drawing massive paychecks. That's a block! It's a block!
Huge. And he recovers.
Huge. Greg Lloyd with a block and a first down for Sammy Smith, who keeps it within one score.
Steelers, they're most comfortable within a score. So he managed that. Now it's time for him to put some points on the board.
Brister keeping it on the ground in the middle of the field. That's always a great idea. 2nd and 7.
He had to take what he could get on that one. He just threw a pick.
I thought he was going to cycle through down. He had the stationary wide receiver, the running back one on that 4th button press. Just kind of chilling out there. But Hodge with back to that run 3. So Sammy Smith's calling that quite frequently. Hasn't been super deadly with it because he's running as the Steelers, but he's going to move the chains with that if Purple Haze doesn't take it away. And he
taps him. Steelers, they don't have the best speed, so
here comes Hodge. Breaks the tackle and out to the 39-yard line.
The thing about Bubby Brister is even though the passes can get there, sometimes he throws them off, and those are the ones that cost you. We just saw that in an earlier game.
It's very true. 2nd down and 3, so just taking small chunks here, making the clock wind down. Sammy Smith doesn't want to give Purple Haze an opportunity to respond. Going cross field to Eric Green's got him. This should be a touchdown. And it is after wasting another moment or two. So a huge break there.
I almost went out of bounds. He was like a hairline away from walking out of bounds. That would have been bad for the Steelers. But good drive.
You don't say. He's not the best color commentator for nothing, folks. 7-7. Yes, stepping out of bounds would have been bad. God, I love calling these with you. Hey, are you enjoying the broadcast yet? Let us know what you think in the chat. We're glad that you're here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. We're in week 4. You're going to see a lot of Steelers matchups here this week, and because every matchup involves the Steelers. Can't wait to reveal.
Sink ships.
Absolutely. I can't wait to reveal next week's.
Oh, he got away with them there. He had coverage, double coverage, half.
We got the wave today, and we got the paratrooper or paraglider or whatever, and we got the cheerleaders, and we got the panty shot. That's a great halftime. Finally not skipped. Thank you, both competitors, for letting that happen.
Only thing that would have been better is if Mighty Bomb Jack just came flying out of her skirt.
You might want to get that checked. Dwight Stone with a nice return so far, avoiding drones, and here he goes, 30, 35, and taken down to the 38-yard line. They wasted almost an entire minute of Tecmo time.
He's about to do this. Oh, up the middle. So I see what he does. He's running the up the middle. So in case the defender's going with the middle linebackers to try to stop that sweep. So that's his 2-play combo there. Another run with Brister. Not going back to the sweep. I'm surprised.
Oh, got the redirect, a really risky pass. I think he should have just kept it on the ground there with Brister there. But now 4th and 6. This is risky.
Punt. Steelers, I'm punting here and going with my defense.
Did he get the mark? Oh, he gets the marker.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
I did not think Brister was going to leg that one out. But he did.
Forever. Offset I formation. Run 4 is the call. Warren Williams up the middle. Nice 7
plugging
yard
away
pickup.
at it.
You do have, I guess, what they call the gender bias. Although you don't have a pass play to.
Yeah, so those two don't really disguise each
Yeah.
other. You should know that's coming, and should have used one of those middle linebackers that the Cowboys have, because they have two pretty good ones.
Yeah, that sweep to the bottom was never a play I was a fan of. Isaac Holt, who has a pick already in this game, going to cross field to Green just outside his reach. The risky throw.
I used to love that play until I started playing in tournaments, and then everyone was just blasting in with their middle linebackers, getting me in the backfield. I'm like, what is going on here?
You have to blame the Raiders because that's Bo Jackson's run one in the default playbook. And we got a fumble recovered by Purple Haze and the Cowboys. You're going to get a lot of this low-scoring dink and dunk offense in these matchups, and we're seeing exactly that in this one today.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised there hasn't been any heaves up for just easy points. The Cowboys are more likely to get those, but it's not a bad option with the Steelers either, especially to Lewis Lips, 56 receptions.
Yeah, we really need the namesake to step up here. I don't even think he's caught anything yet.
I can't recall if he's caught one in this game. Aikman looking. Highsmith.
We got some redirect in the taps, and here he goes. A huge gain out to the 33 and a first down for Purple Haze.
See, that play sometimes is risky, and you saw almost why there. Like, he threw it a little bit behind him, and you really can't see the defense right there, especially the drones. And sometimes that results in a pick, but he got it just in the nick of time.
Pass one's the call here. Highsmith again, back-to-back receptions as the third quarter expires. 7-7 tie game, and Purple Haze is driving.
In the kind of game you expect to see with two good players and two teams like this. 7-7, fourth quarter. Both players been grinding the score. There's been some turnovers. How do you see this one playing out from here?
Well, I mean, Purple Haze is in the driver's seat here. He's already in field goal range. We have a blocked one already. Just can't turn the ball over here. Got to get to the sidelines, take the points because it's hard for the Steelers to move the ball.
The Purple Haze has had a little bit more success on offense, moving the ball.
Nice JJ on a timed route to wide receiver one on pass two called on say it's first down and 10 here now. Yeah, first and goal from inside the 10. Crossfield and an interception. Rod Woodson is there. Are you kidding me?
Great defense.
That looked like 6 all the way.
Not to me. You try to get those quick throws, and you got 75 max speed. Rod Woodson reading that, getting the pick. Those guys on the field.
Purple Haze has to be just sick right now.
Yeah, but it's not, like I said, Rod Woodson, that throws no gimme, especially with the Cowboys quarterbacks.
Well, another first down for Sammy Smith, so now he's in the driver's seat. The field goal probably wins this thing.
Yeah, but it's going to be tough with the Steelers' offense to waste that much clock. Bubby Brister has a few options. He's just running here.
He is getting a lot of yards on the ground for his paltry 13 maximum speed today.
He really is, but he's got him thinking he's throwing across the field to the other receiver that's open, which he has tried, so I can see why he's not
There's that run three that Sammy Smith loves. And well defended, third down and 7.
Who doesn't love the run three?
No one I know.
I mean, some people use it as a decoy, but I think everyone likes to run the play.
Worcester takes a loss there. Jimmy Jones with the quarterback sack and 4th down and 8. Probably the one thing you didn't want to have happen on the play was go the wrong direction. I still think you're in Anderson range here.
He's one of the better kickers. He probably can hit this, and he's going to try it. Up, it looks pretty straight.
And it doinks in. It is good. That a huge kick on Gary Anderson's foot. 10-7. Sammy Smith taking the lead here late in the 4th.
And right now, it's just the defense of Sammy Smith that's winning out in this game. He hasn't really moved the ball that well on offense.
Nice return here. Calvin Martin to the 29.
Yeah, big return right here. Moving the ball better, but when it comes to the red zone, he hasn't been that efficient.
Called run 3. That really puts him back to start this.
After the big return, you lose 6 yards. He's going to be passing, and there's a drone. Around, gets it in, slings it to Irvin. That's a 1st down.
I tell you what, for all the completions that Purple Haze has had, the fact that he only has 7 points is just astounding.
The Steelers' defense, like I said, it's in the block field goal and the defense in the red zone.
Back to the same play. Pass forward, it's called again. Sammy Smith does not want to lose to this play. Dangerous throw.
Yeah, you almost lost the game right there. You had Rod Woodson and another Steelers defender. The pick.
Pass 1, the call.
One's open. Here's his chance.
In field goal range. Nice
Did the right thing.
Completion
Did
underneath
the right
Smith.
thing there.
He still has to contend with the likes of Lloyd.
He could have went for it all.
Cross field.
Oh, wow.
Dangerous. I
That,
would have taken
that was yeah.
4 or 5
I would
yards
not have thrown
and
that
out of
ball.
bounds. Excuse me, kicking from his side of the 50. That's too high. This isn't going to be good. It's wide.
Nope.
1 second remaining.
Gonna punt. Sammy Smith D'ing up. Getting the victory against Purple Haze. Matchup. That was an offense versus defense matchup, and the Steelers defense won out in that one.
10-7 your score.
10-7.
Steelers over the Cowboys. Sammy Smith over Purple Haze in a game that Sammy Smith just did just enough to win, relied on his defense and special teams, and Purple Haze had a chance to tie it there, but online Tecmo and field goals aren't always something that blend well together. You definitely want to stick to touchdowns if you can. So, Tom, thanks for calling this one with me. It was fun.
That sticks out to me in that one. The play of the game is when Purple Haze tries to hit the burn route to score a touchdown. Sammy Smith reads it, goes across field with Rod Woodson, gets the pick. That was really the play of the game.
I agree. Absolutely. So, for RSG Tom, this is Troy 1979. Stay with us. We'll be back with another game shortly.
Who's got the best dealership on Arapahoe Road? I do. There's a new Nissan dealer in town. Now you can get one of these with one of these and save a whole bunch of money. Where are you going to go to get your best deal on a Nissan car, truck, or van? This is definitely the place. Come on down and see us. Look how easy it is to get here. I-25, Arapahoe Road, boom, John Owe Nissan. Right across the street from that Toyota guy. Don't forget it.
Yeah, everybody thinks they know Troy Aikman, huh? Yeah, well, I'll tell you about Troy Aikman. He's a cool customer. I mean, I remember this one time. He was surrounded by crazed linemen. I was the ref, and I was yelling at him, Troy, run, man, run! Ha, ha, ha! No, he stayed in that pocket, threw a perfect strike, and then, oh, man, Aikman took it! Like a man.
And we're back. It's Trojan 1979 with the Retro Sports Gamer here on the Retro Sports Gamer YouTube channel. I'm Trojan 1979. It's Week 4, Lewis Lip Sync Ships. All matchups featuring the Pittsburgh Steelers, Pete Titterai and the Shield doing battle. We welcome back the founder of the channel and my color commentator, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Troy. I'm excited Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in this matchup. They're one of my favorite teams to use, and I like watching them play.
Should be fun. Both these guys are up-and-comers, very talented players, Pete Titterai and the Shield. Let's get into it.
Oh, the Shield's using them? Forget about it. Never mind then.
I love it. Yes, he does have that luck of the Tecmo. So it looks like Pete Titterai has won the coin toss. Not sure what kind of money he had on that. Did Brian have any odds on that?
Oh, I'm sure he did. Not sure what they are.
It's typically 50-50.
Yeah, but you might find another formula for that.
Gary Anderson with the kickoff here to the Shield, off to Cobb, who has, at the time of this broadcast, we just found he just passed away. So Reggie Cobb, rest in peace. Hopefully you have a good game. Out to the 10 and to the 11 and taken down. First down and 10 for the Shield.
And Cobb's always that kick returner because he has the higher hit power on the team. That's something you can utilize. He could get some popcorns.
Looks like Ken Harvey is in the backfield for the Shield.
I see this strategy from time to time. I know Mort likes to do this and put a slower running back and put Gary Anderson at wide receiver. Gary Anderson, I think, has 50 receptions, and he's a 50 max speed, so I get it.
And we see it comes to play there, and a tap, and a first down out to the 43-yard line, so the Shield making use of that early.
Yeah, covered catches versus the Steelers, especially with the Bucks, those you're not going to get too many of, so we'll see how that transpires the rest of this one.
Testaverde buying time. And taking it out for a 4-yard gain, second down and 6. Actually pretty well defended by Pete Titterai there.
Yeah, good defense. Limit him, Vinny, for a short scramble, even though he's got those faster wheels.
Underneath the carrier, real nice job buying time there by the Shield.
Yeah, that was he put him through the merry-go-round to get that guy open for the pass.
Call pass play, and very risky throw. He's already in Steve Christie field goal range, so you want to be a little more careful with the ball in this position. Pass force coming in.
Yeah, that one was double covered, so he dodged a bullet on that one. Lucky there was no pick.
Oh, gets the bounce off underneath the Harvey, and a first down for the Shield, so the luck continues. Yeah, we're going to call him lucky. I just did that.
I like the Buccaneers in this matchup typically. I think they just have a little bit too much on offense for the Steelers. I mean, obviously their defense can stop anyone, but I like the chances of the Bucs moving the ball against them in these tiered matchups.
Pass 2 is the call. Testaverde trying to buy time and gets the marker to first down. So moving the ball well here, 1:30 Tecmo time remaining here.
Yeah, and really that Vinny Testaverde max speed is a difference maker.
Pro set T dive. The offensive line doesn't crumple. Well defended by Pete Titterai. Only 5 yards there. Second down and 5. Usually get more on that play.
Yeah, the Shield's moving the ball. I mean, besides a few that didn't get picked off, he's moving it pretty well.
Harvey to the marker on the same play, back-to-back and a first down. First and goal from the 4.
This is where he's really got to buckle down with the Steelers. If he can stop him to a field goal, he's going to feel good. And here's a called play. Lost it, too.
Cobb nowhere to go. A little more maneuvering room as far as passing lanes are concerned in another called play. The Shield buying time, tries to throw to the receiver who was open, but he was on his backside after getting popcorn. Third and goal from the 5.
Yeah, and just a throwaway there, but there's 2 called plays in a row.
Interesting. Looks like Pete Titterai has the taps. Rod Woodson there getting in. And welcome to the second quarter, 0-0. Still on the first possession.
Great defense there. You know, 1st and 4. Shield looking good the whole drive. You think he's going to score a touchdown, but sometimes it gets real tight in there. He had 2 called plays in a row. That last one, he only had 1 guy open, but the Steelers' defense was able to get in for the sack.
And there's wow, that one was almost recovered by player 2. What a tease. Worley with the recovery and really good field position here for Pete Titterai. Of course, player 2, very, very unlikely to recover an onside kick from the default position. The Shield obviously did it by accident, just some online leg there.
Yeah, it happens. You try for the full meter, and sometimes you miss it by a split second, and you end up onside kicking the ball. That's just the way it goes.
All the sacrifices we make to play this game online, the game that we all love. First down and 10 here for Pete Titterai. Looks like Hodge in the backfield is going to get the carry right up the middle on a run 4. Doesn't get the back block bounce, and a second down 8 coming up.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary here as far as how he's lining up his offensive starters. There's just not a whole lot to choose from, and you got Worley and Hodge in the backfield for him.
So 3rd and short here, Strom.
Everyone's covered.
Going across field to Hill over his head. Try to get that JJ, and it's incomplete on a 4th down coming.
Yeah, it's going to be
Long
tough for a
field goal.
Steelers quarterback to make that cross the field throw.
So what's Anderson's point of no return here? As far as
Haddix got in and just passed it up. Couldn't get the block on that one.
long field goal way downtown from Pete Titterai. He gets the full meter and kick off to Cobb. So what are your stats on Gary Anderson? Where does he need to be on the field in an average condition?
Well, where would I put him on the field?
I'm talking about the kicker.
Oh, Gary Anderson's one of the better kickers, so he can kick on the other side of the 50 if he has to.
2nd down and 5. Look, QB scramble from Testaverde. Now we're back at the top hash mark, and here's the pitch to Ken Harvey on a run 3. Blockers didn't go that far, but he still got a first down, beat the crew 1st down and 10.
Yeah, and if he could pull off these runs with Harvey, then yeah, it's good to have Gary Anderson at wide receiver.
Underneath to Carrier with an arrow trick. And another first down, so the Shield moving the ball very well here. 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, and really that first drive, the onside, cost him
Yeah, there's a
3
chop
points.
block. This is an opportunity. Ken Harvey is loose. 30.
He's not scoring. If that's Anderson, that's probably a touchdown. So, that's one reason why you might have him at running back.
The zigzag was definitely started too early. I don't think he still would have scored, but he would have gotten a little bit closer. 2nd down and 4.
Pete Titterai, Manning, Woodson. He's in a tough spot here. Great defense. Gets right in the middle. Woodson with the deflection.
Yeah, Shield really neglecting his wheels there with Testaverde. Really had an angle to the first down marker. And now Ken Harvey on the edge, tapping, and looks like 12-10 is the taps. And another field goal opportunity here for the Shield to take the lead here late in the 2nd quarter.
Right now, this is Steelers football. If it's field goals, that's what the Steelers want. He knocks that one in off the upright. But, when the game's going like this, it's advantage Steelers. So we'll see what Pete Titterai can do here.
Well, he's got the right return team. Here comes Hodge. And runs out of room. And a first down here. Really nothing through the air so far for Pete Titterai. It's been all on the ground. But now he's got to go back and be pretty soon.
It's not a bad call, though, just to run most of the time with the Steelers, even though their running backs are slow, because sometimes these quarterbacks just throw off target and can mess up your whole drive.
And a called pass 4, and just throws it away. Welcome to halftime. It's 6-3. The Shield over Pete Titterai in a defensive struggle. No one has found the end zone yet.
Like I said, this is Steelers football. They get the ball at the half. And, this is how Pete Titterai wants the game to go. And the Steelers being in the matchup, Lewis Lips sinks ships.
Let's see if he comes into play finally.
Yeah, it's expected to be a defensive battle, but maybe he can make the play to turn the tide here.
Just short of the 15 goes the return from Pete Titterai, and Hodge. Lips is in bad. Someone's in excellent there. Was that Green? Or Hill?
I didn't see.
Derek Hill in excellent. I'm sure he'll stay on the field. And,
it's almost guaranteed if a Steelers offensive player goes in excellent, he's pretty much the best offensive player on the team.
Dwight Stone Williams will be looking at all those options there. Lewis Lipson bad, may actually end up getting benched. We'll see.
I can't believe it.
And if he does, I want to hear the boos from chat.
It's just not caring about the theme. Loose lips, bad condition. Even though you still got 50 receptions, you're getting benched.
Shotgun formation. This time looking to go to the air is Pete Titterai. He's got Bubby Brister.
Everybody's open.
Merrill Hodge underneath. He's got the completion to the 25 and out of bounds. 26-yard line. First down, Pete Titterai.
I like the decision there. You got Haddix back there. If he gets anywhere near that ball, it's probably going to be a pick. So he just checks down, hits the sure target.
Richard Bell with the dive. 6 yards. This time Merrill Hodge leading the blocking charge. Back to the same formation. And back to the same play. A little bit better defensive drone coverage there. Not as much. 3rd down and 5.
Good defense by the Shield. Another thing in this matchup is that you could pretty much guard the whole defense, or I mean the whole offense with Haddix, it feels like, on the Buccaneers side.
Run one is redirected. Nice run there by Bell and Pete Titterai. First down.
It's just going to have to be a grind. That's the only way to do it.
Hodge with the run 4. Not a whole lot of room there. About 3 yards. We'll call it 2. 2nd down and 8.
2 yards, grinding it through. Here we got offset eye.
Haddix got popcorn there, but not before the drone finishes him off. 3rd down and 3. Getting close here to Anderson range.
And the Shield sticking with Haddix.
Decision
Breaks
time.
off.
Probably a field goal time here. Maybe he's going to go for it with 4th and 2.
Oof. I don't know. I would have kicked a field goal here.
There's the pitch to Bell. And he gets the assistance. He made the right decision. Here he goes, zigging. Zagging 25-20. 15-10. 5. House called. Touchdown, Pete Titterai.
Wow, I did not see that coming. 4th and 2. Gutsy call. Not only does he get the first, he takes it to the house against the Buccaneers defense. Haddix can't get back in the picture, and he takes it for over 50 yards on that run.
Huge play for Pete Titterai. When you get touchdowns with the Steelers, you know you're rolling. So Cobb out of his end zone deep. 5. And to the 8, taken down 1st and 10. And Vinny's in good.
If you're down in this matchup, you definitely want to have the Bucs on offense. He's still sticking with Harvey and Cobb at running back. We'll see how that changes the course of the game here.
The Shield has demonstrated in many different matchups that he has the ability to handle mobile quarterbacks to success. Dodging drones, finding the open guy as routes develop down the field. He's a terror to play against if he gets QB Eagle. So he has all the tools he needs here to stay in this game. Harvey with the pitch to the top and a 1st down.
He can't have a drive, though, like he did the first one of the game where he threw a couple up in the air, because that could cost him. So he's got to be a little bit more conservative. He can take the lead if he could score a touchdown on this drive.
This will be probably the last play of the quarter. Harvey reversing field, just like Pete Titterai did with that play. Welcome to the 4th quarter, 10-6. Pete Titterai over the Shield, who has the ball and is driving with a 3rd and 1.
If you were the Shield, would you take a shot downfield at any point with the Bucs here?
It would have to be on like 3rd down. You know, he's not seeing these rushes coming in. I'm not sure. I mean, it's kind of plain as day. It's really taken him off guard. Now he's going for 4th and long, probably just out of frustration. Crossfield, he's got carry of the reception. He buys the break out to the 39-yard line. Huge first down there.
And he's able to bait Pete Titterai in because Vinny's so fast. He was getting that first down either way, it seemed like.
In that case, you have to make him do the throw crossfield. You never know, could redirect out of the field of play.
No one's open here. He just takes the scramble. 3rd down and 2 coming up.
Back to your prior question, I think it's best to take the shot from beyond field goal range because it's really hard to score from close in, as you mentioned.
Yeah, the field goal's not going to do him any good. So that's why I was wondering, does he take a shot? It is the Steelers secondary. It's a little bit risky, but, probably want to take it earlier rather than later because now time's a ticking. So he's pretty much looking to score a touchdown on this drive and drain.
Another important down here, dodge and drones Testaverde, and avoiding the throw underneath to the RB2, which seemed at the time the most logical destination. But 3rd down and 7 here for the Shield. Of course, it's always easy. Nice covered catch there. 4th and 3. It's really easy for me to make those calls here in the broadcaster booth when you're making those decisions on the fly online. It's a different story. And a huge down in distance here. 4th down and 3, run 3. Petiterai gets popcorn. Harvey with the taps. Gets a drone.
Plays on 4th down, and I think both of them were on the run 3 sweep down. So that's a play you got to fear, and they're not calling it in the most clutch situations. Perhaps overthinking the defensive call.
Really good drone pursuit here. 1:34 remaining Tecmo time. And the fear now is if you're Petiterai, if the Shield does find a way to score 6, you got to be able to get the ball back with enough time. So do you rely on just your defense?
He does not want him to score a touchdown because it's a high percentage of a loss with the Steelers if that happens.
Woodruff crossed the formation. Harvey runs out of room and moves the wrong direction. 4th and 7. This is a really bad scenario for the Shield because he doesn't have a lot of room to stretch the field. Pass 2 is almost too obvious. And now here he goes to pass 4.
These guys have been clutch on 4th down. See if we can get another one here from the Shield.
Buying time.
Really here.
It just doesn't have enough room. Really well defended by Petiterai. He takes over now with 28 seconds remaining. And I wouldn't be surprised if he just dances around out of a shotgun formation for a while and then punts it.
Yeah, it's not a bad call holding on to that ball and not trying to force a throw. If he could get that 1st down with any team, one of them would be the Bucs because you do have the faster Vinny Testaverde. It just wasn't there, and he stopped him just short.
Yeah, if he had a chance to keep dodging drones, he would have had to be on the opposite end of the field to throw against that stationary receiver.
Yes.
Really risky throw there. No drone is there, and out comes the punt. So the Shield would have to take this all the way, which is unlikely, especially against the Steelers. But here he goes to the 25, and the dodging game begins. He's got the right guy in popcorn. And the drone's finally ganging up on him. So really well-played game there by both players. Petiterai coming out victorious 10-6. And a fun one to watch and a good one to call with you, Tom.
Yeah, defensive battle. Both players played a great game. It came down to really the last drive. And, if the Shield only came up a yard or two short on that last 4th down. And it was really just a great game, grinded out, defensive battle. Good one to call with you as well, Troy.
Something of note here, only 11 passing yards for Pittsburgh, only 82 rushing yards, and still somehow coming out with a 10-6 victory, just showing you the length. Obviously, there was one possession there where they had the onside kick by accident from player 2, but just not a lot of total offense coming from Pittsburgh, but they just when you don't score 6 and you have to settle for 3, that will lead to the game that we just saw. So thanks everyone for watching. We're going to have more coming for you here. Stay with us for Retro Sports Gamer Tom. This is Trojan. Hang on. Welcome back, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. This is your host, Trojan 1979, here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. Week 4 matchups. Lewis Lips, Sink Ships, everything featuring the Pittsburgh Steelers. We got a matchup between Simple Simon and Thrash. And I'd like to welcome, for the first time this season, the reigning, defending Tecmo Players Championship 2 champion, Darthrockman, into the booth. How you doing?
I'm doing real good, Troy. Thanks for having me on.
How much Tecmo time do we have?
We've got 15 minutes a quarter. Okay, 5 minutes a quarter.
So Gats was telling me about the impression. If you liked Darth's impression, let us know in chat. Mash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Yeah, we're doing all those things. We want to get some traction on this. Appreciate you watching here. But it's great to have you back in the booth, man. It's been too long.
Oh, it's been a long time, and I do apologize for not being available to do some of these. You've had some great announcers on, and it's great to get a good variety on there. But I'm glad to be here too and call a game with you. And it looks like we have a grinder here. So thanks for saving the grinders for me.
Oh, they're all grinders with the Steelers. So we got the cards, we got the Steelers. Let's break it down.
Yeah, the Phoenix and Pittsburgh, not my favorite matchup. Definitely a grinder in this one. You have the fast, I wouldn't say fast, but you have a quarterback with Phoenix with 19 max speed that you can kind of utilize, but their offense is just so slow. You have a 50 max speed running back with Johnson there, and that's like all you have. Like you have a good reception with Pearl, but you're going to have a grinder. With Pittsburgh itself, you have a really good defense and offense. You have nothing. I guess you have Lewis Lips. That's kind of the theme of your show here. And we start out with an onside kick.
It's exciting. And recovered by Simple Simon. First down.
Oh, man. What a way to start out. I'm sure he did that by design. That was probably brought up in the strategy room is we're going to open up with an onside kick.
Definitely had nothing to do with leg at all. Young looking like a bat out of hell and making a loss on the play, 2nd and 11.
Wow, good defensive play, rushing in right there with that safety. And he's taking that safety again. And, wow, good defense there. A little help from a drone.
Simple Simon with a very simple offensive plan here, not move the ball at all. And going underneath to Warren Williams. And 4th down and 2. And I think you got to go for the field goal here. You're in field goal range for Gary Anderson.
Tempting to go for it here. Such a short yardage. I mean, you do the Steelers with a bad offense, but I can see why he's pausing here. I'm tempted to go for this too and see if you can get something on that opening drive. You don't want that opening onside kick to go for nothing.
Well, not all of us tap 28, buddy, like you. Go underneath. He's got the JJ pick, Lonnie Young.
Wow. Wow, what a turn of events here. So basically, we just wiped out that onside kick, and Cardinals have the ball like they would on the opening kickoff.
That was terrible. Well, Thrash taking over here, top hash mark. Pass 1 is the call. Rosenbach and his 19 maximum speed out for a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, a little extra phlegm on that one. Appreciate the extra
voice
inflection on that one.
Yeah, it's always good. Rest in peace if you're wearing headphones. 3rd down and 2.
You can see he's taking Woodson on this. He's got the run 1 in there to try and get Woodson to take away from that. But other than that, I picture him taking a lot of Woodson in this game.
Surprising, didn't try to go over the top there. He had the wide receiver 1 going down the field, but he gets the 1st down and moves the chains.
Has the play action in there against that run 1. We'll see how much that comes into play with it. Not a super common playbook on this, so we'll give Thrash a little bit of credit. Thrash is known for a JJ kind of a guy, and Phoenix is not a JJ team, so we'll see how much that has to play in the game here.
2 yards on the off-tackle run, and this time the run 3 to Johnny Johnson. Hidden stats engage. Not much hidden there. 3rd down and 4.
Oh, man, great defensive play on run 3. Kind of just pushed him up, engaged him, and got the short gain on that. So good defensive play.
Yeah, aforementioned pass. Oh, he gets the frame collision completion to Roy Green down inside the 5, 1st and goal.
Oh, it looked like Lake was there, but not in the play. So he gets the reception and the yards after the catch. 1st down and 3, great offensive play.
Dwayne Woodruff on defense across the formation. Rosenbach gets it done with his legs and a touchdown for Thrash.
Not much he could do on that defensively. He had a couple of guys open on the offensive side. The 19 max speed of Rosenbach just walked it in right there, and a touchdown for Thrash. So nice score.
And the extra point is good. 7-0. Thrash over Simple Simon.
All right, so the onside kick kind of misled us. We kind of thought that the ball would be going towards Simple Simon's way, but Thrash does a nice defensive stop, and back in Thrash's court here. We'll see what he can do in the defense side of the ball here.
Ken Harvey on defense for Thrash, and Hodge runs in his direction. He gets 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
Looks like he called a run on that one because the middle was stuffed. He had to kick it out, and he was there to also supply some support and short gain on that one. So good D.
Lonnie Young, who has a jump pick already in this game, going cross field to
Let's
Williams.
See what he can do here. That's a hard throw for a low passing control quarterback. He had a guy short and long, and the defensive play, you do the right thing. You kind of want to throw him to throw it long when he has that angle and not give up the short play, and that's what he did.
Gets the bump there on the run 3, and he's out to the 41 on a first down as this first quarter expires. 7-0. Simple Simon over
Thank
Thrash.
you for how much Tecmo time is left there, Troy.
There's nothing. Excuse Simple Simon trailing Thrash. I got the icons in the wrong direction here. As they're going through this, I'm just going to make a quick correction here, and we'll just move these around here because it's driving me absolutely bonkers.
Oh my goodness, I'm completely confused.
Are you?
What is going on? Well, okay, so you just
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Look at the magic of technology. Look, it's back to it here.
It's one thing with you, Troy, is not only is it a good broadcast, but it's also now an accurate broadcast.
That's rarely the case. First down and 10 for Simple Simon. Remember that whole thing about skill we talked about?
Yeah, where is that?
Can't buy that on eBay. 2nd down and 7.
This is one of the things I don't like about the Steelers, man. You know, it looks like here's got everybody open, but tough play on that running play. He just didn't have anywhere to go on that, and you just don't have much speed. Makes it difficult, but you rely on your defense with the Steelers, so you hope you can score a few points and keep the game close and look for the game to come down to the who's got the ball last here, and that's all you can really hope for.
Back-to-back first downs. Brister with his legs. Hands of stone with the reception underneath, and back-to-back Red Gun Z slant plays here on pass 4. Incoming.
Didn't get to see if Brister was in good. I'm not sure if he's
moving. He's moving his normal snail's pace, and that's another completion for a first down.
And Brister with that 25 pass control is always, that's a struggle. You really have to be careful with that, not only for an interception, but just for making sure the guy is open.
That's like Tim Tebow category right there, 25.
Yeah, definitely. You're going to try and run the ball. You're going to try and just hit things straight.
Hey, he's got Lewis Lips sinking another ship. Simple Simon with the touchdown.
Oh, we're just ripping on Brister there, and he throws it to Lewis Lips. Perfectly accurate throw. Nails Lewis Lips, our money man. Wow, great to see that. 7-7.
Well, we got a ball game here. You said it was a clunker. Of course, there's plenty of time to prove that. How much Tecmo time is there?
Yeah, it looks like we got about 3 minutes and 20 seconds of Tecmo time left.
It's a beautiful day to be a GBLAN broadcaster here on the Road to Sports Gamer channel. All right, so pro set here. We looks like we have no race bias here. We've got the Johnny Johnson run going nowhere. No hidden stats there. I'm assuming that's Teen Wolfley leading the charge there on the blocking.
Yeah, it's nice that he's got that race defect kind of blocked out there. I think it's a little bit overrated, especially with the Pittsburgh defense. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose or not.
Well, he doesn't have another pro set play to match, I don't think.
Yeah, you're right. He does not. So it's not even. There's no point to even disguise again because it's a run 2 on that. But I guess generally, here you go. We got a punt here, 4th and 2. That's probably the right call.
My goodness, that center got blown up. Camarillo's punt.
Unfortunate that he couldn't get some movement on there. He had, the 3 minutes of time to score before the half. He probably not, it's hard to get a JJ with Phoenix, but he had enough time to at least get a field goal with that. Well, now he's putting the ball back in Pittsburgh's hands. We'll see what Pittsburgh can do before the half. We hear with 1 minute and 20 seconds of Tecmo time left.
Tecmo time. Be damn. 2nd and 8.
We'll
Pro
see if we
set
can
T
get our-
dive back-to-back. Pro set T dives here. The play just isn't doing a whole lot for him at this point.
It looks like another run was called on that. It makes it very difficult to run that play when he didn't pick the play, but when you call that play, you have to bounce it out because that middle closes so quickly. And then if you have a fast safety like that, it's just not going to go anywhere other than a few yards, and that's what it did.
Brister getting the first. Should have gotten out of bounds. More time is taken away here. Needs to get in about 25 yards to get into field goal range here.
We'll see if he goes for the fake JJ and then throws it short. This is a perfect play for that. He's throwing it. Okay.
Or he'll
Nice.
just complete it for a really big gain. That
He
works.
picked a interesting call. It looked like a run play was called on that as everybody was open. I don't know if I would have called that in this with that amount of time left.
Harvey's rush is not blocked, and 10-7. Field goal is good. Gary Anderson.
You know, that's a win for Pittsburgh on that. They had a defensive stop, forced a punt, didn't get a JJ, which is not real successful as far as Pittsburgh's concerned, but they moved the ball, got an open guy, kicked the field goal, and went up here before the half. So nice play by Simple Simon.
Well, welcome to the second half. It's been a back-and-forth game here. Simple Simon goes in the half with the lead in. We'll be getting the ball back, assuming the infinitesimal onside kick as player 2 doesn't work.
Pretty sure that won't work or it won't occur. And if it does occur, it will be an accident.
Sure. If it happens, you're not allowed to say Tecmo time anymore.
I will no longer say that. I've used up my Tecmo
Oh,
time.
you know what? Why not? The fans love it. If you like Tecmo time references from Darthrockman, please say so in chat. All right, here we
I'll
go.
have to try and get my true impression of Troy sometime. Well, you know, it's got to be more of a
Well, you have to
spontaneous-
gain about 100 pounds. That's going to be step one. So get to it. 2nd down and 16.
called play on that one. I would say great defensive play there, but you know, I picked run 3. That's more of a good play calling, we'll say.
I feel bad for the Ultimate Weapon, who I called some games with before you got on, and I had just woken up and I had absolutely no personality. So be prepared as you watch the broadcast get worse and worse as the night goes on. 4th down and 8.
And that's just with the game you meant, right?
Sure.
I guess that could apply in multiple scenarios, but thanks for the warning on that. Appreciate
No
it.
problem. Vice-Sikahema, the eventual Green Bay Packer, wasn't actually on the roster for the Cardinals during this season. Like he has nowhere to go, and the Cardinals take over, thrash, looking over conditions. You know, the Cardinals are one of those teams where you can move a lot of players around based on conditions.
Yeah, you can. As long as you're a smart player and you check that out and take as much time as you possibly can to annoy your opponent, that's also strategy.
Especially during field goals and extra points.
Yeah, take as much time as you need. They'll appreciate that. Your audience also loves it too. Your announcers love it as well because we get to hear our voices more, and that's all that we
It's
broadcast
delicious.
for.
Well, you know, I think too, you could pull the Joy Gats and just change the controller. You blame your controller mid-broadcast. That's always a good strategy as well. So keep changing out, you know, in your NES adapter on your computer. Just keep changing controller out.
Yeah. You know, Mordow tapped me one time in the TPC tournament recently, and he asked me if I wanted to change controller.
He had just played Gats before you, so love you, Gats.
Oh, he was used to his opponents changing controllers. Oh yeah, this is terrible.
If you can go 3 plays in a row, that's saying something there. I literally have a bucket of like 50 controllers that I bring along. There's got to be one of them the Gats will play with.
I think that guy brings at least his own controller plus a backup, you would think.
Cardinal link across the formation. It's not a play action. This time it's run 1 to Thompson, and he gets about 5 yards.
Interesting. He took the right guy on that, and maybe that's why he's taking the bottom safety on that one. Doesn't want to play with Woodson. It's kind of it can be a hard play to defend when you are Woodson. I assume that's what he's doing on that play, and it worked out.
I really would have liked to see, instead of the Red Gun Z, the pass that accompanies that formation, because you might see someone sit on that play action, and then just know. But What do I
You
know?
mean
I'm
on
just
the pass one, Red Gun Z?
Pass 4, he's got Red Gun Z to replace it with that formation that matches that run in and the play action that they have on pass 3. We need to see if he had the pass 4 to go along with that. Is what was my point.
Okay.
Run 3 here to Thompson.
Oh, he misses him. First down on that play.
So we have 140 of Tecmo time.
Tecmo time left.
Thompson on back-to-back run 3 is a nice little run here and a marker gain here. Line of gain. Don't get a fumble in the middle of the field. Don't do that. First down 10.
Little too aggressive with Whitson on that. You can see him running straight down. Whitson's got the great speed, but he engaged the lead blocker on that, and you need to avoid that. You got to be a little bit more patient on that run 3.
Simple Simon clinging on to a 10-7 lead here. 50 seconds remaining in the third. And 2nd and 6 for Thrash. Getting a lot of mileage out of this formation.
There's the play action.
He's got him, and the taps, and the touchdown, Thrash.
Close play in that again, too. The defender was coming up on him, and he was open at first, but not the fastest passing speed with Rosenbach either. So the defender got there, but just not in time. So a reception and touchdown by Thrash and the Phoenix Cardinals.
Roy Green was in good, too, so he had a little more depth there on that throw. So that certainly helped. Hodge will return this one.
I like to call him Hoagie myself, but you can call him Hodge if you want.
I call him the necktie. You ever seen that thing?
I have not.
He's the widest necktie in broadcast sports.
Oh, really? We should do some more videos with this broadcast, Troy. We need some more Trojan face masks and some Darthrockman green screens. We'd really have an audience then.
Oh, I thought the voice was enough, but apparently not. Apparently we got to really amp it up. You got the green screen. I am devoid of that. I don't even have a blazer.
Well, I recently just introduced the blazer. I think I got to keep it going now that I started.
I mean, that's for the ladies, obviously.
Obviously, and we do have a large ladies audience.
14-10, Thrash over Simple Simon, who has the ball in the fourth quarter.
Looks like Brister wasn't bad in there, so I think that puts him at 19 pass control. So wisely leaving Strom in there.
He's right up there in Grogan country.
Ooh, boy, yeah. He'd be a brave man if he left Brister in on this drive here. But like I said, wisely leaving Strom in. We'll see what he does.
Called run 3. Tim Worley nowhere to go. Loses some yardage. 3rd and 13.
Thrash having some good success here with his play calling. Either that or the play clicking app is we all know everyone uses when you need to.
Oh, I forgot to have everyone install that. I'll tell you, watch some of the broadcasts. You're going to see some pay. I think they went to your website and downloaded it. 4th down and 3.
Oh, definitely. I charge about $5 for anyone who is looking for it. And the only thing is it's not refundable if it doesn't work.
So Rick Strom out past the 30 and a first down.
In the driver's seat here, 4 minutes left. If he's careful here, with the Steelers, you can waste the entire clock, or you can just bust through the middle and go for it all right away and waste, and just run or just waste your time here. So
I think it's important that the players do the exact opposite of what we suggest.
Yeah, I would say here, let's just do some more ball grinding and I mean football grinding.
Hey, this is a family broadcast.
Thanks for picking up on that. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
There's that play calling. Man,
look at that. Tim Worley's, I don't care if you call my play.
Woo, wow, he just busts right through there, and that's great for a called play on a run 3 with a slow running back.
And with he's got the QB sneak there.
Oh.
And that's an actual QB sneak, Darth.
An actual one, absolutely. He calls run 4 with Strom. Gutsy call. But usually not called as far as a defensive. He's probably sick of having his plays called here, so he calls something that's just not going to be picked.
Pass 2, the receivers are running out of the back of the end zone and keeps it on the ground with Strom. Tim McDonald with the INT. So he's got the burn of green, and he drops the ball. Are you kidding me?
Painful play there. Might not be the worst thing in the world as long as he can kind of nickel and dime the clock here. But 37, at some point, you really want to throw that ball into the end zone and make sure you...
Terrible decision. The running back 2 was stationary. One more tap would have done it. 4th and 7.
Yeah, this is going to come down to your ball game here, bearing anything miraculous happening. He's got some players open. He's got them.
Oh, he goes across the line. There's a fumble.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
fumble.
Bouncing around, recovered by the Cardinals. And 133 remaining of
Tecmo time left.
in the fourth quarter.
But going back to that play, though, he had him short, but he couldn't throw it right away because he had that defender in the middle who would have been the jumping man to knock that down. You can see he stopped with the intention of throwing it, but he passed the line of scrimmage on that, so he didn't play that quite right. And unfortunately, this is probably going to cost him the game on that play right there.
Well, Thrash runs out of bounds, so really no time wasted there on first down. And Thompson here has an army of drones behind him, but he somehow gets away.
Nice move, sneaking his way through there. Again, he's taking the right defender with Lake as the strong safety. Somehow snuck through there and gets a first down. So, bearing a fumble or interception, this is definitely Thrash's game to lose.
Rosenbach just wasting time here.
A little risky if he's going to launch this up.
Out of bounds, so this is to his favor.
Yeah, definitely. You probably don't want to air it up against the defense of Pittsburgh, just from the standpoint of it could be an interception with Woodson back there. You'd really just, at this point, want to do something like this, make sure you get yourself out of bounds, and then punt the ball. And he's going to go for it again.
They're down in 7 seconds remaining.
And there he goes. He's going to run it out.
And that's your genuflect here. 14-10. Thrash over Simple Simon, who had the chance to take the lead late in the game and unable to seal the deal. So Thrash holds on.
Yeah, nice. It was an entertaining game, even from the very get-go, the onside kick, which I assume is probably an accident at that point. But still, sometimes it happens, works out in your favor. Could not move the ball in that case, ended up throwing a pick. Thrash takes the ball and scores on that drive, and a little bit of back and forth. But, I mean, nice play. Thrash had some good play calling skills, as we mentioned in this game here, and was probably a reason why he won this game. And it was a close one, 10-14. So congratulations to Thrash on this one.
Well, thanks to Darthrockman for his contribution this week. Later on, we'll neglect to mention him because we didn't really care about him. No, we didn't know he was going to be broadcasting. So we're glad that you stepped up here, got this game in. It's a little bonus coverage here. I believe we're up to 7 games this week, so it'll be a little bit longer broadcast. We only had 5 last week, but fantastic job. Always fun. Great impression. Keep working on it. If you like this broadcast, make sure to mash that like button and hang out in the chat with us. We'll be back with another game right after this. And we're back. This is Trojan 1979 here, Week 4. Lewis Lips sinks ships on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. This is the GBLAN online Tecmo Super Bowl tournament for 2019. Welcome back. Ryan McCain, the Ultimate Weapon, my color commentator. How you doing?
Doing great, Troy. Ready for some good Tecmo tonight.
It's going to be good. Shocker 125. Nilva, haven't seen a lot of these guys. Last time we saw Nilva on the stream, he played a tight one against Joey Gatz. Fell just short. So let's take a look at this particular matchup. We got ourselves Pittsburgh Steelers, Dallas Cowboys. Why don't you break it down?
Well, the Steelers are a really grinded out type of offense. Really not much to do on offense, but they do have the ball control. Of course, they have the stellar defense, great defensive backfield. Good linebacking core. On the Dallas side, of course, they have Emmitt Smith, who's a good running back. They've got the Jay Novacek, one of the best tight ends in the game. And then they've got 2 decent cornerbacks at the top and the bottom. But outside of that, not really much else on defense. But it's a good matchup because Dallas has just enough on defense to stymie Pittsburgh's offense and vice versa.
Merrill Hodge out to the 15 and a first down for the first possession here, 4:23 Tecmo time. And this has been the most popular matchup of the week. Of course, all matchups featuring the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you're wondering what Lewis Lips sink ships means, referring to Lewis Lips, the wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, 2nd down or 9. This is Mort's favorite run play. Hodge down to the bottom and past the marker. for a first down. So a good opening play.
Yeah, very good opening play. Interesting playbook here. Not much running room.
Yeah, Warren Williams with nowhere to go, loses a yard, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, this is one where I think as these players progress, they'll find some different plays that will be a little more effective for them, but they're going through the learning process, as we all did at one point.
And Daniel Stubbs with the drone sack. It looks like the tight end was open at the bottom there, but just can't get the cycle around. I guess that's part of that veteran acumen you mentioned there, just knowing how many taps and how quickly to do it.
It is great to see new guys in the community, though. I love to see the passion of new guys when you meet them at tournaments or meet some of these guys that you've seen play online, and just to talk to them and see their energy and just kind of read where they are and give them some pointers. You know?
Nice play getting that first down to Eric Green, and now 4 yards on first down, 2nd down and 6 for Shocker 125. Getting close already to Gary Anderson field goal range, and here's a run 3 to Merrill Hodge. Gets the drone block, but the extra drone is there on defense, so no gain, 3rd and 6.
This is where it gets a little tough for the Steelers, 3rd and 6. There really isn't a play in the playbook that, you know, they can consistently pick this up.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, this play is in the default playbook for the Steelers, that pass 3.
Yeah, I believe that is correct.
4th down and 6, and aren't too many teams that actually tend to stick with that. We got a punt coming. And just beyond the goal line, that'll be a touchback automatically. Of course, when you're punting, one of the benefits is that your defense is juiced, and the default ball control is 44 for the opposing team. So you try to complete that in the field of play and avoid the touchback. But Nilfa gets the break, starts on his own 20, and it's up to Emmitt Smith. And a first down and more.
Nice run there. It's a difficult decision to make when you punt from that point. Most great Tecmo players think they can pick up 4th and 4 or less. Right decision to punt on 4th and 6, but ends up only being a net 30 yards due to the touchback.
Got a called pass to there. Hardy Nickerson with the sack, the eventual Tampa Bay Buccaneer, who also matches up very well. We've seen a lot of Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, and Dallas-Pittsburgh this week. Here comes the pro set formation from Aikman from his bottom hash mark with a 28-yard line dive play, pro set T. Aikman bounces to the outside. Not a whole lot there. 3rd and 15.
Really nice positioning by Woodson there to go up into the hole and then cut back to the top, really leaving Smith nowhere to run.
And Aikman on calling pass 2, going underneath to Calvin Martin. Does a good job clearing out the defenders and getting the first down as the first quarter expires, 0-0.
Yeah, a lot of patience there shown, getting that bottom receiver to open up. He was circling up at the top thinking that he was going to go up there and then waited just long enough to get it to the bottom. He was hoping for the auto dive, but he wasn't quite close enough.
7-yard loss on a cold run play. And this is pass 4.
And this is what you want if you're Dallas. You've got Greg Lloyd in coverage here. Let's see if he can hit one.
Got triple coverage at the bottom to not try going underneath, and now a long 3rd and 17 coming up. Back to the pass 2, going over the top to Highsmith. He got sucked up, but he gets the JJ pick from Rod Woodson. It's a turnover to the 25-30, taken down to the 29.
Beautiful pick and positioning there, circling back, getting in just the right position to get that junk pick with Rod. In fact, both defensive backs on both these teams have the ability to jump pick in this matchup. Makes for another interesting aspect.
Strom dropping back. Going to Dwight Stone, cross field. Can't get the diving grab, and incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Well, this is what you expect from the Steelers-Cowboys. Usually a very low-scoring defensive battle. 3 minutes till halftime, still no score on the board. Sometimes 1 or 2 touchdowns or a touchdown and a field goal will do it.
And the ball is thrown out of bounds. Probably really the best thing for Shocker there. If that get intercepted, that would have been in field goal range for Ken Willis. So Straczynski's punt to Novacek here. And taken from his 14. Here he goes. Breaks a tackle. There's A gang of Steelers and taken down to the 21-yard line. First down with 2:12 Tecmo time remaining here in the second for Nilva. The pitch to Smith. Nice juke. Breaks a tackle and gets beyond the drone pack. Oh, and he gets caught from behind, but that's a first down for Nova.
Very nice run.
Spending a lot of time on this pass, too. Aikman keeping it on the ground.
It's a good play against the Steelers. A lot of receivers at a lot of different depth. Even with Rod's speed, hard to cover all of those positions on the field.
Called run 3. It looks like Shocker is not wanting to give Nova many opportunities at run 3.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want run 3 to beat you, especially when they've got Emmitt Smith. If you're the Steelers, you feel confident calling a little more run with the drones that the Steelers have and thinking that Rod is pretty much going to be able to cover the Cowboys receivers for the most part. And as he executed that jump pick beautifully earlier.
Another called play and an overthrow and the second interception for Rod Woodson, who's popcorning fools now. And now with the called play, he's got some wheels. Another popcorn. Here he goes. 30. And he's taken down. That must have been Novacek from behind. And a first down already in field goal range is Shocker 125.
First time either one of them have been in field goal range. 30 seconds left here.
Called play. Up to Lewis Lips. Nope, it's intercepted. Ethan Horton with the pick, so that's a mistake there. Shocker probably should have taken the sack there.
Absolutely. And that's something that they'll learn in time. That's a tough decision to make. Of course, you see your eyes get big there when the receiver come open for a split second at the top of the screen. But like I mentioned earlier, these defensive backs on both teams have the ability to pick each other off with both of these quarterbacks' low pass control.
And someone's looking at each other's controller because this is ridiculous. I think this is 3 plays back-to-back. So probably the last play of the second half. Looks like Babe Laufenberg is in the game. And Tommy Agee with the... It's a triple coverage situation. Not down the field. And welcome to halftime at Barn Burner 0-0. And like as you called it before, low scoring with the Steelers. Not atypical. Both players having some mistakes with the turnovers, but having some, I guess they're at each other's heads would be the thing to say, as we're seeing a lot of called plays so far.
I expect Shocker to try to run a little bit more in the second half with the Steelers. I mean, as frustrating as it is for Dallas, most Tecmo players will call pass on most downs unless he starts relying on the run way too much. But I'd like to see a little more run mixed in for Shocker. They've got the ball control in the Steelers offense. Even if they have, it's 3 yards in a cloud of dust, there's no shame in that. If it ends up in a field goal or a touchdown, that's all that really matters.
Second down and 8 here for Nilva, who takes the opening possession in the second half. Going overneath to Tommy Agee. This time he's got the JJ. This time Woodson is sucked up and out of bounds past the 40 for a first down for Nilva.
Yeah, it took Greg Lloyd that time in coverage. I'm sure his eyes lit up when he noticed that was the case.
And pass 2 again, crossfield. He gets the deflection from the drone, does Shocker, and it's incomplete.
Well, now Nilya in field goal range here for the first time. See if he can get at least 3 points out of this drive.
Nilva with the pass 1. Here comes Babe Laufenberg. Keeping it on the ground. Drones are coming after him. 3rd down and 7.
I was just going to say, I wondered if he was going to put Aikman back in. Good.
Bottom hash mark, Aikman under center. Single back, another call play, pass 2. Nice scramble there. Could not get it away. He did have the tight end open. And here's your attempt for 3. Lloyd will be coming after this.
The ever dangerous Greg Lloyd.
Marker's maybe a little bit high. It is high. It's no good. Nilva misses his first field goal attempt. Still 0-0 here in the 3rd.
Not a block for Lloyd, but definitely put the pressure on. That rush caused him to kick the field goal a little bit quicker than he wanted to.
So a bad Strom, so we'll probably see Bubby Brister in the mix now. I have to do the math on this, but Strom the whole jump pick scenario in average condition, does he eliminate someone from the board as far as a jump pick is concerned?
When I think Strom's pass control is 30, if I remember correctly. I think Bubby is a jump pick, but Strom might not be a jump pick. He might be a three levels lower than the best Cowboys defensive back. Still an opportunity for an interception, but not a jump pick. You have to have 4 or higher for a jump pick.
And the passing speed of Brister coming into play there, and a nice first down strike for Shocker 125. Hodge with the run. Past the 40. Gets taps from the drone and zigging and zagging out past the 25 to the 24-yard line of first down, Shocker 125.
This is absolutely what Shocker 125 needs to do, and I said it earlier, he needs to run the ball a little bit more. Exactly what the doctor ordered for this Steelers offense.
As soon as you call that, he goes to the pass 3. And now he takes a Jimmy Jones sack, and that'll be 2nd and 17.
Well, you got to mix it up. I mean, you have to show that you're willing to pass with the Steelers, even though their receivers are horribly anemic.
The one thing is their 2 fastest players are in the running back position right now, and so that does take away some of their ability to stretch the field a little bit. And has down to Malarkey in the end zone. That's a bunch of Malarkey touchdown.
Hey, finally got one to fall here in the third quarter. We see our first score of the day. Nice pass there. Snuck it just past the top cornerback.
Notice Nilva's speed reset just a little bit. You got suckered up a little bit, and Spritzer's speed was just too much.
Beautiful timing.
Maybe some trash talk going on in the background. Who knows? The proverbial "I suck less than you" chat. Well, we'll take this moment to, as they're talking, here it comes. If you haven't yet, go ahead and mash that like button on this video. Helps us out a lot. Maybe leave a comment afterwards. Talk and chat a little bit. If you're watching this live during the premiere, go ahead and share it out with the world. We appreciate that. Trojan 1979 on the Retro Sports Gamer channel with the Ultimate Weapon. And we're looking at 37 seconds of Tecmo time here in the third. We have a 7-0 game between Shocker and Nilva. Steelers, Cowboys, Lewis Lipsing ships. Pro set T-dive. Emmett Smith right up the middle. A nice run already.
Beautiful.
Out of bounds on the 31-yard line. First down, Nilva.
Yeah, the biggest plays from both of these teams have been on runs. I really like the pro T-dive play. It can be good when used in the right effectiveness. Aaron Woodson gets caught up in the blocking.
Back-to-back on that as time ticks away. 7-0 Shocker 125 over Nilva, who's driving here with 5 minutes remaining in the regulation.
Yeah, both teams have showed the propensity to be able to move the ball. We've seen them both pass midfield a couple times.
Nice bump. Here comes Smith. Zigging, zagging, and gets taken down by the drone pack. And another first down for Nilva. So the running game helping both players here.
Absolutely. Little dangerous to cut it back down there against those great Steelers drones, but he does pick up a few extra yards.
This time, Aben keeps it on the ground. By far, I think, pass to the most called play so far in this one.
For sure. And like I mentioned earlier, it's the positioning of the receivers on that play versus who he really wants to be on defense.
There it is again. Underneath to Kelvin Martin. Gets the auto dive on the drone. Cuts it back to the inside. And for some reason, Shocker dives, and he's inside the 1, first and goal.
Looked like that was going to be a touchdown, but stopped at the 1 by those drones. See if that turns out to be a big play or not.
Single back. Middle of the field, run 3. Here's the pitch, and here's the score. Touchdown, Emmett Smith.
There's the equalizer. Strap in, folks. We're in here for a good one, it looks like. You like defense, this is your game.
This is your week if you like defense with the Steelers, for sure. And, again, not sure if there's some verbal fisticuffs going on right now.
Both players are so excited that they scored, Troy. It was like, hold on, I'll be right back. I got to use the restroom, you know.
It's 7-7. We got to go in here in the fourth quarter. Ryan McCabe, the Ultimate Weapon, with Trojan 1979 here. Here comes Hodge from the 11. So 3:12 remaining. Set the stage for us. What does Shocker 125 need to do here?
So he needs to lean a little more on the run like he did on the last drive. Don't rush the throws when he does throw, and time your shots, pick them. That's a good start, 6-yard run here. He also wants to drain the clock as much as possible. Force Noya to burn his timeouts. Ideally, you want to march down and score, leaving him with hopefully 30 seconds or less left on the clock.
So after conditions are checked, some movement in the player alignment, 2nd down and 4 out of the pro set. Hendricks on defense. We had a called pass 2 or 3, excuse me.
Ooh.
And we have a covered catch. So
Risky throw.
pass 2 was the call. Those lasers from Brister will sometimes leads to dives, but yeah, that's a break there for Shocker. And here's the run 3.
And don't forget, all Shocker really needs is a field goal. I mean, he holds all the cards here.
About 10 yards away from a decent field goal attempt, and that was risky against a covered receiver. He makes the throw, 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, when you have a couple back-to-back plays like that, you wonder if he's going to be gun-shy to throw, knowing that he dodged a couple bullets there. We'll see if he runs here, goes back to the run.
Stubbs playing the nickelback role. This is interesting. And Brister doing it with his legs out to the 50.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Stubbs was kind of playing a role there. I guess he was just looking for somebody that wasn't a defensive back that he used to circle for to cover the short field.
Oh, we got a jump pick. Washington. Leon Washington with a pick to the 25 and 26. And Nilva takes over with a minute remaining here. So
what a game. Jump picks on both sides by both players and both man picks too. I mean, really well controlled there. We'll see. Now you can get into field goal range with a minute left. He's very close.
Calvin Martin, good. Had that huge completion near the end of the last drive before that Emmitt Smith touchdown. And we'll see what Nova can do with the minute remaining. Just feasting on pass 2 today. Go to Novacek. And somehow the drone redirected there. At the time, it was covered by Woodson. And a drone kind of snuck in there at the end. 2nd down and 10, 35 seconds technical time here in the 4th. Nova needed completion down the field.
Yeah, that pass 2's been there a lot today. I mean, he has caught him on some called pass plays. But like you mentioned, Troy, he's really been calling a lot of run 3, I'm sure.
Going for it all. And the overthrow pick. And Everett is now running in the middle of the field. I would advise just getting out of bounds. He can finally get taken down. Welcome to overtime, 7-7. It's been a good one. See who gets the ball first. First points is a victory. Return side here is for Nilva. And he'll have another shot at it.
Yeah, it's been a very entertaining game on both sides. Both players kind of feeling out what their offense and defense can do here. Both defenses stymieing each other for the most part. A couple nice time jump picks. Some beautiful runs on both sides. We've seen Pro T Dive have a nice, long, effective run for the Cowboys if they go back to
Emmitt Smith with the pro sit T dive. The drone blocker is not there in time and only gets 1 yard, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, good thought. Could have ended up busting for a big play, but had that drone support.
And guess what? It's pass 2 again. I wonder if the bets are like it's I feel like it's almost like a 50-50 now for that play.
He really likes that play. Actually, I'm not sure we've seen Red Gun Z called by him once in the entire game.
I remember seeing it once, but I'll have to go back to the footage after the fact.
But it was so long ago that we have to go back in the archive.
It's like Rose from the Titanic. It's been 88 years or whatever it's been. I don't Gerald Williams with the drone sack. course, we are, if you caught the graphic there, Lewis Lips sinking the Titanic, getting away in one of the boats, leaving absolutely no room for Jack on the boat or on the door frame. 2nd down and 17. Never let go, Ryan. Never let go. Another call play. Stop looking at each other's controllers, guys. Hardy Nickerson with the sack, 3rd and 26. And you got to be careful if you're Nova here. I think you got to back and be this. Try to go to the end zone, and be ready to play some defense here if this doesn't work out. Going to Calvin Martin.
Second.
And lucky that was not picked off because that would have been a huge position change there. I think you need to go to the top there and just let that develop. So if it is picked, it's way down the field. But here comes a Saxon punt. Warren Williams.
On a time when he really could have used pass too. Didn't. Orbit.
So probably sticking with Brister is going to have to be mindful of his trajectory with this secondary. And Mike Malarkey with the only touchdown for the Steelers, only points for the Steelers, besides the extra point. Lewis Lips, if he goes on the bench, we're all going to boo. Dwight's boo.
Yeah,
no, Lewis Lips. sunk his own ship.
Yeah.
I thought Lips wasn't good. I misread that then. Oh, boy. That didn't look very promising.
Yeah, some extremely dangerous throws. We keep seeing them both roll the dice here on these covered throws.
Was that Brett Favre in a Steelers uniform? I mean, Brett Favre is a Brett Favre of Brett Favre's. 1st down and 10 for Shocker after a nice run, moving the sticks.
Well, we can just be glad that it's not Neil O'Donnell and Larry Smith in there.
Yeah, we got a fumble, and it's out of bounds. I think it's the first one we saw today, 2nd down and 10.
As an Eagles fan growing up in the 90s, nothing more sickening than watching Larry Smith run it in for the touchdown there in that Super Bowl against the Steelers.
Nice cross field on the fly to Tim Worley, and a 1st down already in field goal range for Gary Anderson. Shocker 1-2-5 threatening here.
Well, it's going to be a little bit easier for the Steelers to kick field goals than it will be for the Cowboys. The Cowboys really don't have a linebacker 4 that's going to get in there consistently. They do have the top and bottom corners. They could try to come in from the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, Hendricks might have a shot, depending how long it takes him to line it up.
Tough.
16 seconds remaining here in the overtime period. Crossfield, and the interception. Are you kidding me? That happened again.
Wow.
Well, so this game is not over. In tournament play here, all of the you have to have a winner. So we're going to go into a second overtime period. We're going to take a quick break before we get there. But my goodness, not all the interceptions are showing up because apparently Babe Laufenberg was the leading passer with 50 yards. I think there's at least 4 or 5 picks in this game. A fumble that went out of bounds, and a 7-7 game that ends in it's been an ocean of mediocrity.
There are more 1st downs for both teams than points.
This is fantastically awful. I'm so glad that we're calling this. So for the Ultimate Weapon, this is Trojan 1979. Stay with us. We'll be back for the conclusion of this one shortly. And welcome back, Trojan 1979 with the Ultimate Weapon. Back to second overtime here in this game between Shocker 125 and Nilva. We just saw Shocker give the ball away at the end of overtime to Nilva.
With a shocker.
Yeah, he did. He was in field goal range and throws a pick. But Shocker with the kickoff return out of his end zone. Here comes Merrill Hodge. And taken down at about the 13-yard line, 4:30 remaining here in the second overtime period.
Can you share, Troy?
Absolutely. You know, this is the fun of technology. Is maybe I should share the screen so you know what's going on.
It's all right. Calling it blind's kind of like
it's a bold strategy,
Russian
Cotton.
roulette and karaoke. Yeah.
Second down and 10. We're all over it tonight here.
It's all good.
Am I seeing a different running play that's been put in the playbook here? That's interesting. I guess
Yeah.
if the player's okay between themselves, they're supposed to just continue playing. I'll allow it.
Very rarely do you see that run play used.
That's out of the Saints playbook, is it not?
It may be. I know it's in the default Chargers playbook, I believe.
Straczynski punt to Novacek from his 25. Again, first score wins here. So nerves are tense here in the second overtime again. Next point wins. Pass two. It's been pass two all game from Nilva. Underneath to Kelvin Martin, who has feasted on that position all day. First down and 10.
Once some of these guys get a little more seasoned, you'll see maybe an arrow trick there. Would have been a great spot to do it.
Finally, a called play, and Aikman's still doing some damage there. Second down and 8.
Moving the ball. I mean, they're a little past midfield here. Right on probably the threshold of the kicker's range here from Dallas.
Well, Smith doing something positive there despite the called play. 2 called plays back-to-back, and the Dallas Cowboys still getting positive yardage.
Ken Willis on the sideline getting his leg loose.
Throws that T-dive and loses a couple yards. This could be it. Can Lloyd affect this kick? It's high. And it's blocked. Are you kidding me?
What are you talking about, Willis?
Hey, Thomas Everett with the recovery already now in field goal range. A shocker 1-2-5. This is just a heartbreaker for Nova. Can he stop Shocker from advancing here? Up the middle goes Williams.
It's just amazing that one of these two players has to lose this game. I mean, they both have played well in spurts. There's been a few mistakes on both sides, but just
someone gets to win this game too, and that's amazing to me.
Right.
Comes to Dwight Stone, cross field, drops it into triple coverage, and third down and 11. Shocker, again, kind of doing his best Brett Favre impression. Haas with a run 3 actually has a little bit of room here, gets a block and more, and it's time for a field goal attempt of his own from Gary Anderson. Can Nova get any rush on this kick? He can't. This looks good. And he doinks it in 3-0. A barn burner if I ever saw one. And that is your ball game. So a total score of 10-7. Shocker 1-2-5 over Nova. So for everyone out there, thanks for watching this broadcast. Trojan 1979 with the Ultimate Weapon. Any final thoughts on this one?
I guess I mentioned in the beginning that sometimes 10-7 or 7-3 type game, both players had some impressive jump picks. That may have been the most exciting plays in the entire game. Beautiful positioning by Woodson, but both players made their fair share of plays and mistakes. But just you rarely see a game in Tecmo go to double overtime, but it's always a treat when it does.
Well, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We got the game of the week coming up next. And we are back. Trojan 1979 here with the Ultimate Weapon. The game of the week. Week 4, Lewis Lips Sink Ships. All matchups featuring the Pittsburgh Steelers. We have a matchup between Sneaky Turtle and 8-Bit. And we have a matchup featuring the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Jets. Everyone in chat said, thank you. We are sick of Pittsburgh Cowboys, Pittsburgh Buccaneers. We've had it. Ryan, why don't you break down what players need to know about this matchup as we get into it? Game of the week.
Well, if well-known player regulators watching this, he's smiling. This is his kind of matchup. He loves the Jets. Also could play well with the Steelers too, I'm sure. But as far as breaking the matchup down here, it's ironic that Sneaky Turtle goes with the Steelers. It's actually a really creative way to explain the Steelers' offense. They can be a sneaky turtle. 3 yards in a cloud of dust, really don't have any speed to stretch the field, but they have the ball control, low pass control with Brister or Strom, no matter who you go with. And then on the Jets side, a little more well-rounded team, especially on offense. You've got a 44 max speed running back. You've got Al Toon at receiver. Ken O'Brien, who's a 50 PC quarterback, a little bit better than average for the tier that he's in.
Oh, we got a pick early here. Everett.
Right on cue, Ken. Thanks a lot. But, yeah, I mean, the Steelers definitely have the ability to pick him, obviously, in this matchup on the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, Steelers defense, one of the absolute best in the game.
We got a deflection there. Pass 3 is the call. Turtle trying to get the streaking wide receiver 2, and it's incomplete. Ken O'Brien only plays well against Dan Marino. We all know that. 3rd down and 10. So, Turtle, you would like to think, at the very least, try to get 3 out of this. Any lead with the Steelers is something that you can cherish.
For the Jets on defense, they've got the 2 middle linebackers, Clifton and Bird. And then
We're
they've got
out. Lewis
McMillan
left,
deep.
sinking ships early in this one. Touchdown. Sneaky Turtle.
He sneaks it in there past McMillan. A little surprised he didn't use McMillan on that play. He was trying to use the linebackers to circle over the middle to cut off the short routes.
8-bit known for his unconventional drone usage, but completely ignoring the 3 best drones he has in Clifton, Bird, and McMillan there, and it cost him.
Well, the Jets definitely have the firepower to come back.
McNeil, not a whole lot there, and hopefully 8-bit can reset here, blowing his cartridge. Johnny Hector to the sweep to the top. Nice run out near the marker on a 1st down, 8-bit.
Really like the playbook that 8-bit uses here. A little unconventional, but you know the nice thing about the Jets is they've got 2 running backs with 44 MS. Really opens up the playbook, gives them a lot of options as far as what run plays you can choose, especially when you're trying to isolate some of these Steelers DBs.
Nice delay with the quarterback, allowing things to develop, and getting 6 yards on 1st down with Ken O'Brien. And this time, O'Brien running right to Dwayne Woodruff and family, 3rd down and 7, taking a loss on the play.
Just to clarify, when I say a little unconventional, that's no slight at it. I love to use those plays in a lot of playbooks that I use. What I meant by that was most players will use the run and shoot variant. I actually really like to see when we see the strong eye implemented when possible.
This is a risk here, 4th down and 5, 8-bit. Actually getting some positive yardage there on a called run.
Oh.
Gets some over the middle. Good Al Toon to the cover to catch and a 1st down. The Wisconsin Badger moves the chains on 4th down.
Nice play. Snuck it in there. Tight coverage.
Cardinal Lake has a lot of coverage to go, but easier job. Oh, arrow trick down to Al Toon. The Wisconsin Badger back-to-back receptions. Yeah, he's got some running room.
Al Toon fears no one. Runs right for Lake and pops them.
Toon down to the 9-yard line and 1st and goal.
What a stiff arm.
Called run 1. Johnny Hector, nowhere to go, out of bounds, and 2nd and goal from the 15. This time from the shotgun formation. Another called play. Gets the J. No, he doesn't. It looked like he was going to get a JJ there, and it seals over his head. 3rd and goal from the 15.
Yeah, looked like really perfect timing there by 8-bit. Toon just didn't jump. I think he was a little gassed after those last 2 catch and runs.
Sweep to Hector. Gets a little bit closer. Time for a field goal attempt from 8-bit. Woodson instead of Lloyd. That's a little bit odd. But 7-3. Pat Leahy with the field goal. 8-bit has to feel good about slow start there, at least getting some points on the board.
Sure, now he's just got to play defense here. Look to see a little more McMillan incorporated. Definitely can make life tough on the Steelers as far as passing if you have McMillan back there.
Welcome to the second quarter. 7-3 here in the game of the week. Sneaky Turtle over 8-bit, who has the ball. Turtle has the ball. And calling pass 3 here.
Also, when you look at Turtle's playbook, at least with the runs, there's really nothing directed towards McMillan. He can really use McMillan almost with impunity in this playbook. Something to keep an eye on.
Hodge with not a lot of room to go. What plays do you like to call to run at McMillan?
I like third run, not the run and shoot sweep, but the pitch L open play. I think that's a great play against topside defensive backs. Pro T run towards that direction can be okay as well.
Another fourth down coming up here for Turtle now. Going back to this past three. Not a huge fan of this with the lead as the Steelers on your own end.
Clever controlling Clifton. See if he can, yeah, he did get back.
So Clifton with the pick here now, 8-bit in really good position here to take the lead here already in field goal range, but wanting more.
One really dynamic piece on the Jets defense, Clifton. He's got that INT, which a lot of linebackers don't have. Really makes him a fifth defensive back on the field, perfect for short yardage situations, and executed perfectly there by 8-bit.
Johnny Hector with the pitch on the bottom. It was called last time he tried it. Here comes Johnny Hector out past the mark on a first down for Jets.
Nice run, patient, waiting for the blocking to develop. That can be an extremely powerful run when used in the right situations.
Back to back, Johnny Hector carries. Good blocking. And another first down. So the running game coming into play now before Altoon was the start of the first drive. The first scoring drive, rather. O'Brien going cross field. He's got Johnny Hector and makes a little more room for himself here. Second down and 3, and I like that because he opens up some passing lanes here.
Lanes.
Kesman crossfield back of the end zone. It's dropped.
Ooh.
And a 3rd and 3.
Good thought there. Throwing crossfield. There was no drones in the way, but couldn't come up with it.
Run 4 is the call. Johnny Hector tries to get away, but only gets 1 yard.
Looked like that was going to open up for him. He got the man defender to bite and get caught up in the blocking, but 2 drones were too much for him to overcome there at the bottom of the screen.
Pass 2 is the call. O'Brien calling pressure on the opposite side of the field. And he had the first down. He probably had a touchdown if he just kept running instead of throwing into coverage, and it's intercepted in a touchback here for Turtle.
8-bit might look back on that as the play of the game. He definitely wants that one back. Second pick by O'Brien.
Pick play there on pass 2. It's deflected and complete. Second down and 10. Back-to-back call plays. A lot of controller peeking going on. Run 3 is called. 3rd and 15.
And the viewers will notice that since 8-bit switched to McMillan, the Steelers really have not been able to move the ball on defense.
Patented rush there from 8-bit. Does that once in a while, and he forces the throw. Was actually there and just dropped. 4th and 15. And Freeman McNeil will return this punt. From a 17. Decent return out into the 29-yard line. So 31 seconds here in the second half. 8-bit can take a shot at the end zone here, or maybe try to go for a field goal if he can get in range here. Pass 1's the call. Comes Greg Lloyd. Breaks free.
Sneaky Turtle with underneath. A sneaky blitz.
Out to Mark Boyer, but I don't know if he's close enough for a field goal here from Pat Leahy. He's on.
Leahy is one of the best kickers in the game. If he's in average condition, it would have to probably be perfect from that range. The arrow positioning would have to be perfect.
So instead, he's going to try to go for it all down the field here. And going up to Altoon is in good condition. Might be in the back of the end zone already. And he is. It's out of the back of the end zone. Welcome to halftime. 7-3. Sneaky Turtle over 8-bit. This is Trojan 1979 here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. I'm with Ryan McCabe, the Ultimate Weapon. Really glad you're with us. So your thoughts on the first half?
Oh, just to recap there at the end, really disrespect 8-bit's decision or not to try the field goal. He would have had to have a perfect kick with Lloyd blitzing in. That would have been an extremely difficult kick to make. Overall, I'd say 8-bit, with the 2 picks by Ken O'Brien, really defined the first half, especially the pick in the end zone. Turtle really hasn't moved the ball much since 8-bit has predominantly switched to using McMillan. Here he doesn't, and he gets some yards.
Warren Williams gets 9 yards. The other thing we didn't talk about is, because there were 7 seconds on the clock, if he misses that field goal, could have been a Gary Anderson the other direction.
Sure, absolutely.
So first down carry there for Sneaky Turtle.
Yeah, Sneaky Turtle needs to live a little more up to his name here in the second half. Just a little more of that 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Who's an excellent there? That's not
I
a
missed it,
Lewis. That's not a Lewis Lips excellent, is it? He went so fast through that I couldn't gather it, but the chat can only hope. Merrill Hodge loses 2 on first down, 2nd and 12.
It can be frustrating with the Steelers' offense at times, but often slow and steady wins the race.
Pass for is the call, now going up to Eric Green, and he's got a jump pick from McMillan.
Beautiful.
Goes 8-bit. Just keep himself in this game despite being down 7-3. Ken O'Brien's in bad condition. Altoon is in good.
Worth taking a look at Eason, huh? Maybe not.
Well, he's in bad. So, hot quarterback garbage if you're in this matchup today. You got the bump from Sneaky Turtle. And really no attempt at tapping there. Just takes his 1 yard and the tackle. 2nd and 9 out of the shotgun formation now for 8-bit. Decent drone support here, but he's got 3 guys open.
Looked like he had the middle of the receiver in the middle of the field there open, but didn't cycle back to him fast. Maybe potentially could have gotten an auto dive too.
Johnny Hector up the middle, really no room. And we'll see if there's any field goal attempt. No, it looks like he's just going to go for it again.
He's right at the same position he was right before the half there, and I would probably do the same thing here in 8-bit's position. Tough to get that
Pass
perfect
4 is the call. Got him cross field.
Oh!
Just crossed the
line of
line.
scrimmage.
He could not make the throw, so a turnover on downs here. Sneaky Turtle now in the driver's seat again. Up 7-3. Pass 3 is the call. This hasn't done much for him. He's going now. He's got Stone with the drone is there.
Thought he was going to go back with McMillan, but rushed in.
So McMillan again on defense, offset eye. It's run 4. Blocking really breaks down. Williams, not a whole lot of room there, but putting himself now in Gary Anderson field goal range, 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, despite the mistakes on offense, 8-bit has really played well on defense.
Going up over the top to Lewis Lips. He's got the JJ, he's got the touchdown. Sneaky Turtle.
Well, Lewis Lips comes through with the 2nd touchdown of the game. Right on cue there, I talked about how great defense 8-bit had been playing, and the skies opened up.
14-3 your score. Sneaky Turtle here over 8-bit, who has played very well at times on defense, has made some puzzling choices at times on offense. Despite that, is still in this one. As we are entering, there's a fumble that would have been huge. So 14-3, 8-bit is going to need to get a touchdown, and then he's going to need to get a stop. So he needs to do it fairly quickly. And going back and B here, understanding the game situation, going to Altoon.
It's the right call.
He's got him uncovered. House call.
Wow.
Touchdown, 8-bit to Altoon. The Wisconsin Badger needs a quick one. He gets a quick one.
Had to have been a called run there by Pittsburgh. No defensive backs within 15 yards.
And if you're Sneaky Turtle, you got to know the situation there. Calling a run doesn't really help you in any form there. Got to cover the entire back end of the field because you know he's got to go back and B. But now, with it being a one-possession game, he can't just be conservative here. He has to try to move the ball.
And knowing that 8-bit needs 2 scores, you're content to let him get 5 to 10 yards on runs as long as he eats that clock away.
So, call play here. Kyle Clifton gets the drone sack, and 2nd and 20.
Tough position now here for Sneaky Turtle, who had all the momentum, now on his heels here with a difficult spot for the Steelers to pick up a first down.
Puzzling call there. Dive play. 3rd down and 17, and it does move the clock a little bit, but no pass through, hasn't done anything, is being called again.
That dive play against the Jet defense, I mean, really the strength of their team is up the middle, and then, of course, McMillan in the backfield to run right at Bird and Clifton.
Incomplete pass to Stone. And here's a punt coming from Turtle. So 8-Bit gets a touchdown and a quick stop, like we just mentioned, and has plenty of time now to move the ball, albeit against these Pittsburgh Steelers, which have played good defense up until that last touchdown.
Absolutely here. This has been a very good game. We'll see if 8-Bit has another drive in him here.
Cardinal Lake crossed the formation against Johnny Hector, and the drones are there, and a gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
And that run 3 that 8-Bit's using is the play I was referring to earlier. That's pitch L open. Beautiful play to run against somebody like a Rod Woodson. Usually you get 2 blockers up to the top. Makes it very difficult for Woodson to be effective stopping that play.
Pass 1's the call, going all the way to Altoon, and it is covered and incomplete.
A little surprised he forced to throw like that. I mean, still got a little bit of time, but not a ton of time, but enough to make a couple check down throws.
Ken O'Brien in average condition, so at least he had that going back for him. Looks like Johnny Hector and Altoon both in good. Rob Moore in average.
Just a thought here. You may want to put Hector at receiver now with 50 MS. I know he doesn't have the absolute best receiving hands, but he's got the speed. At least make him respect that.
Nice run there from Johnny Hector. He has time for maybe 1 or 2 more of those, and then he's got to go to the back and B game here. Back to it. Running right at him. He gets the popcorn. Here comes Johnny Hector. Cannot break away from Woodson. Woodson finishes him off. Could have been a lot worse. But a first down here, just under 1 minute remaining.
8-Bit wondering what if he had connected on one of those 2 field goal attempts.
Crossfield, Rob Moore out of his reach. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. Time becoming a factor. Pass 4 is the call. Going up for Altoon. He's got him in the back of the end, or front of the end zone. That's a JJ touchdown. Altoon, the Wisconsin Badger.
When they needed him most, how about that? Altoon with some huge catches in the game.
Greg Lloyd rushes the extra point, but is not blocked. And here comes Green for the chance. Sneaky Turtle dodging drones. And is taken down. That's your ball game. 8-Bit with the late comeback. 14 points in the 4th quarter to take down Sneaky Turtle 17-14. That was fun to watch.
It really was a great game. But congratulations to both players. Well played. I know 8-Bit had a few mistakes on offense he'd like back. Sneaky Turtle overall played really well on defense. But Altoon just had one more play in him at the end, and that was the difference.
Well played, 8-Bit. Congratulations on your win over Sneaky Turtle. I'd like to thank everyone who watched this week. Thanks all the broadcasters and contributed, including Ryan, the Ultimate Weapon, Retro Sports Gamer Tom, and, of course, the Riddler this week. Stay tuned. We'll have more broadcasters for you next week as we bring you CC's, JJ's, and touchdowns. Oh, my. We're going to have a lot of scoring, a lot of fun this upcoming week 5. So smash that like button if you haven't subscribed yet. Please do so. This is Trojan 979 signing off. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and we'll catch you in the next broadcast.